Okay, we're live. Just got a big announcement from Dreamer, and it makes sense. It makes sense, but I think it's going to have a quick impact if it's not already impacting things. Real quick, let's look at Jewel-XJewel pool going away, but not yet. But the looks like they're cutting in half, more than half, the Jewel-XJewel pool, and then come October, they're doing away with that pool. It makes sense. Like the reasoning probably makes sense. That was the kind of the original pool that was meant to kind of be the mainstay. And now with all the changes happening, so much going on. Okay. So what to do? I think there might be a quick and hard dumping of Jewel in the short term. Still really, really bullish on Jewel. Obviously, that's the golden coin to own long term. I could see it dumping here in the short term, especially also in addition to that, there's going to be a shortage of crystal, I think, as I've discussed before on Crystalville, shortage of crystal. It's the current circulating supply of crystal, I think, is probably around 1/10 the amount of circulating supply of Jewel. Now everybody's on Crystalville questing, leveling, summoning, doing all that. We're going to need more crystal. And we have seen crystal kind of creeping up, I think, because of that. Still super bullish on Jewel. It also means more Jewel is going to be burned. So in the short term, I just sold off some of my Jewel into crystal. And I pulled out some of my liquidity that I had paired with Jewel, like mostly with my eggs and stuff. And I'm going to put in that liquidity. I want to do this video because it's kind of a little bit like, whoa, emergency video. We might see a heavy sell pressure in the short term on Jewel. No, if you missed it, you better jump on it now, or you may have already missed it. Okay. Also, today, I don't know if you caught it, right before the AMA, I did an interview with Thanpolis, baby. He's awesome, with Diffkey botting. We talked bots. We talked security. We talked Diffkey security, all things botting and some of the things he's working on, the benefits of Diffkey, things like that. But then we got into a debate, baby, and it was good. It's a good debate. I love guys like Thanos. Okay, he's a genius, brilliant guy. And to be fair, okay, I know it was pissing some people off what Thanos was saying. Says, I always say, don't FUD your own bags. Okay, so, and that's totally what he's doing. But to step back from that a little bit, when you look at this, is kind of what I'm seeing that's taken place here with Thanos, is that he's like a brilliant developer. Okay. And he has tried to reach out to the team numerous times because he sees things that they could be doing better. Okay. And I think he's gotten some response. Like, even so, I'm going to go over some of the arguments he made today, and I want to get him back on the show. But to be fair, in Thanos' shoes, he's like put his blood, sweat, and tears into this ecosystem. This is like, I'm kind of inferring here of what I see happening with the man, is that he jumped in to this game and he's been developing, and he created programs and has a service, and he's put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and he's tried to make suggestions to the team and doesn't feel like he's just really invested into the project and into the ecosystem. And he feels like, well, what the hell? I put all my blood, sweat, and tears into this, and they're not listening to me. And others too. He's probably got other people that have probably said similar things, doesn't feel like they're listening. And so I feel that. Like, I feel where he's coming from on that. It can be from my perspective, in a totally different light, it drives me nuts that the way they do their AMAs. And it's like, and I've reached out to Frisky Fox and we talked about it, and it's like, man, he's not listening to me, and it can be frustrating. It's like, Frisky Fox, I'm doing this for free. I'm like dedicating everything I am into this game, and you're not listening to me, damn it. And you can like, it takes time to become resilient against that. Being in different businesses, having business partners, being employees of businesses, and you're just especially a guy like Thanos, who's a genius, is probably feeling like these dumbasses, everything everywhere always sucks, and you're always pissed at everyone, and you always kind of expect everyone to suck. Like, you can do it better. And so that's where I feel like he's coming from. And that can really develop in your mind like a plague, to the point to where he's saying things like, the team has zero, like the way he overstated things, like zero ability to listen to the community, completely 100% totally out of touch with the community, things like that. And I'm sitting here like, what? It was obvious to me right away. Okay, this guy's new to crypto. Number one, new to crypto. And Thanos, I want him back on. This is a good, healthy discussion. Okay, because he's the bomb, and he's actually someone I trust, which for me to say that is rare. Like, he's just being authentic and genuine, and in his mind, he's saying these things for the purpose of creating action with the team, so they don't get complacent, that they're always doing better. But as far as the core value of always better, always improving, the team is good with that. Like, that's a strength of the team. And so he's gotten to the point to where he's saying the team is completely ignoring the community, doesn't listen to the community at all, like extreme statements being said. If you can listen to the back half of that, if you haven't listened to it yet, it's fun. It gets juicy, baby. It's fun. But it's like constructive. It's not disrespectful. So I love these type of communications, and I want him back. It was like we ran out of times. The AMA was starting. I had so much more I wanted to share with him. It's like, dang it. So I want to keep that dialogue going, because again, I'm just going to say it, the team. So all Thanos has got to do is go explore the world of crypto. And then it's not going to take long for him to realize that, holy shit, none of these projects communicate at all with the community, hardly at all. And if you try to give input, or if you try to get involved with almost any project out there, it's just going to fall on deaf ears. And take it from me, I've been involved in all kinds of crypto projects of all kinds, all over the place. And this one is light years ahead of anything else that's out there. I can tell you that unequivocally. Like, I'm sure there's maybe small projects out there where they do listen to the community, kind of, but you're going to get nowhere when you try and communicate and actually get a response and an ear that will listen and hear you out. At least listen and hear me out. Like, you're not even going to get that, Thanos. Believe me, from anywhere you go, anything out there. And you won't get it from businesses out there either. So he was like trying to compare Carlo and Neindorf, like with Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms. Carlo with Waifu Bots, those are like single developers that actually have relationships. That's not in the same hemisphere as, if I can just imagine, if we go on right now onto Frisky Fox's Discord, he probably has thousands of unread messages. Like, it would take multiple full-time staffs to keep up with. I don't even know how he does what he does. So as far as a team, if you just look at the changes today, for example, I'm just listening to the AMA right after, we got off, and all kinds of changes happening based off community input all over the place, left, right, and center. Like, all over the place. The gardening quest. Oh, now you can quest 2 guys at once. They've been working on doing the same thing that he said that DFK Quester's doing. They're going to do. Now, he said they should have done it earlier. Like he said, they're not good developers. And maybe that's the case. That's not my field of expertise. But man, they sure seem like good developers to me. But, maybe they have the reasoning as to why they didn't do like the multiple questing thing like DFK Quester does. I don't know. Maybe. And so without question, could they do things better? Yes. So there's a way to not FUD your own bags. Dan, man, you're killing me. There's a way to not FUD your own bags. For example, okay, my biggest hot point with the team is the way they communicate. That's what I would say is their biggest weakness in the AMAs. And they need a moderator who's an absolute guru doing these AMAs constantly, who knows everything, every single question that's ever asked on that AMA should be easily be able to be answered by Bolin, like without question. And it's totally fine that Bolin opens up Frisky Fox to answer the question, or Dreamer or Hubert or these different guys that are answering the questions. That's fine, but he should know everything they're about to say, like the back of his hand, baby, and communicate things in a certain way. Okay, so that is what I see as the biggest weakness of the team. But you won't hear me coming on here and just dogging them about that, right? So there's a measured way of saying it to where you're not fudding your own bags and bashing the team. Here's how I say it. I just say, man, it's their biggest weakness. Sometimes the way Dreamer and Frisky Fox and those guys answer things, and Bolin could be answered much better. But just the fact that they're doing it means that they are communicating better than any other project I've ever seen in all of crypto, period. So like, I'm able to acknowledge their weaknesses, but also give them props for how they're doing their best. They're just human beings trying to do their best, versus a spirit of these dumbasses, man, they just, why would you say that, Dreamer? Like, it's like a low vibration energy happening in Thanos's brain against his own project that he's fully invested in. Like, what are you doing, Thanos? Man, okay, we gotta keep this dialogue going. It's super important. Number 2 thing he said was that this is also right away. I can tell, okay, Thanos has probably been a project engineer. He's probably been like a project manager of with companies, high level companies that have all their SHIT together. Okay. But never would a sound, solid business guy who's been through hell and back 50 times over in business look at a project like DeFi Kingdoms, who's just been in existence for 1 year, and just dogged them for being shitty at business and not having their shit together. And okay, it's like a measured, and right away it's like, okay, Thanos has not started his own company and hired multiple employees from scratch. Like, he's never done that, is my takeaway. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, but it's easy for even employees. I don't care if you've been a project manager. I don't care if you've been a supervisor. I don't care if you have come on and been employed by an already existing established company. Okay, it's easy for someone in that realm to then look at somebody like DeFi Kingdoms and say they just don't have their shit together, and it's like real shaky, real risky. Anybody that's been through all of that from scratch and started their own and hired and fired and dealt with all kinds of shit that you haven't even imagined is even a possibility of happening, is going to realize and give grace. You give grace to, and you're able to see the unbelievable progress they've made as far as formulating an organization, okay, and a leadership team. all these things have been taking place by the team. They have been formulating structure left, right, and center. I mean, that's been their focus all summer, while being under the gun, while having gone through hell. So the last thing the team needs is a bunch of people just pointing their fingers, being ultra critical. Like, that's a no, 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 no. Thanos, no, never would you do that. You just wait. You get 10, 15 employees. Okay, and you just start with 2 or 3 employees. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes for you, buddy. like he said, yeah, I mean, even a company with 3, 4, or 5 employees, you're going to have structure. Well, I didn't have structure. I didn't have structure when I had 15 employees. I didn't know. I thought I knew what I was doing, but then you go through it, buddy, and you get a smack upside the head of humble pie is what happened. What is the curve? There's a curve where it's like the sophomore. It's like when people think they know the most, it's like you start getting a little bit, it's kind of like with me in Fight Club. For example, I played a little bit of Fight Club, and it didn't take long for me to think I'm just going to win this tournament. I know all about Fight Club. And so, and you go from not knowing anything to your peak confidence of knowledge. And then you realize, holy shit, I don't know anything. And then you're like less confident than ever. So you start here, no confidence, ultra confident, and then you crash to lower confidence. And then it's, once you learn experience, then you realize, okay, when after years and years and years of mastering something, your level of confidence still never gets to that initial part. And so of confidence. So when it comes to that, those things were just glaring to me. And so there is like a little bit, okay, I think this is what like spread throughout the community. And so many people left. I mean, 95% of the community literally left out of the project completely. And I see it a little bit with some of the guys, like some of the developers and different guys. And it's just obvious right away, these guys don't get it yet. It's okay, like give them grace. But when they're being all hypercritical of the team, and maybe we'll find out that a lot of it is warranted. I'll just tell you this. Here's what I see from the team. Okay. They communicate better than any other team that I've ever seen in crypto by far. Nothing's even close. They listen to the community a million times better than any other project I've ever seen in crypto by far. Now, both those points, they could do both those quite a bit better. Like there's definitely room for improvement, but that's that's why I'm in the project in the first place. But the reason why I'm doing the YouTube channel in the first place is because I feel like the team needs help with how they communicate, their messaging, and different things. So it's like I'm acknowledging their weaknesses, but also giving them grace about it and giving them props for how good of a job they're doing with the project. Okay. And listening to the community and the fact that they do their AMAs and they're approachable. Okay. They're like real guys that you can approach is unlike anything you're ever going to find anywhere. I mean, anywhere, period. Okay. I also think that they develop faster than any other project that I've ever seen in crypto. They develop faster than any other project that I've ever seen in crypto. Axie Infinity started in 2018. Okay. They didn't get their PvP going for another at least 2 years, maybe like even 2.5 years to get their PvP going. Just okay. This is what we deal with in crypto. Does that mean like some developers are better? Yeah, there's definitely developers who are going to be better than others that can like make it happen and develop faster. Could they do that? Sure. Like, but why haven't they come out with PvP yet? Well, I mean, they've been through hell and back 50 times over. Josh, Ryan, what's up, guys? Love you. Okay. So There goes your Christabel stablecoin farm. Well, okay. So now one thing they are doing, they did increase, I think, a little bit. They did add Jewel USDC. They added more allocation to the Jewel USDC pool, which that's good. So, and they're decreasing the Jewel-XJewel with the intent to just get out of it. So that just, I don't see how that doesn't create heavy sell pressure on Jewel in the short term. Long term, mega ultra, nothing's changed. Like, and it's not, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. And if Jewel crashes way down, guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be selling my crystal and buying the Jewel. Okay. So that's from all the shit that I've seen in the crypto space. That absolutely is just nuts. Okay. This team, they listen to the community better than any team I've ever seen by far in crypto. They develop faster than any other crypto project I've ever seen in crypto, period. They they communicate better than any other crypto team that I've ever seen in all of crypto by far. Like, not even close. It blows everything. Like, it's like heaven to me, how well they communicate, how well they listen to the community, and how fast they develop. It's like heaven. It's like heaven to see how resilient the team has been, and they're actually formulating structure and an organization. All of that has just recently come, guys, just over the summer. They started from nothing. Hello. Okay. And so I came in late, and I see all these people bitching about all these things. And I'm like, okay, guys, look, I just came from Thanpolis, okay, they got all the VC money. They got millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. It's the best game you'll ever see. Guess what? It's a rug pull. And so you got to be careful. If you're ever going to take money and partner with something, you got to really be careful. It's like when Thanos was saying that too, I was like, ooh, I don't know. Got to be real careful with who you get in bed with, because all the VC people, all they wanted was a quick buck, a quick return. And it was an absolute rug pull. They took the best, most phenomenal game. Like, by far, it's one of the best games I've ever just played, period. Not just crypto games. It is like Mario. It's better than like playing Mario Kart when I was a kid. It's better than, it's just phenomenal game is Thanpolis. It's a rug pull. And guess what? I approached the team. I was the top 10 hero holder in the world, and I approached the team 50 times and got zilch. And the only communication they ever had with the community was shilling the just trying to squeeze every last penny out of that they could out of the gamers in the game. They're just literally exploiting all the gamers in their own game. And totally ignoring the massive white elephants in their project that are major issues, never addressing them. Everything's great. They're one of the best blockchain games, and completely ignore all of it. That's the welcome to crypto. And so then a guy like Than is then going to be like, well, this is all crap. I'm going to have to start my own. And that's great. Like, we need guys like that, because I believe it. Than would be probably one of the best devs you could ever find out there. But I can already see it right away. Like, wait until Than has to hire and fire and manage employees. I'll be popping my popcorn, and he's going to be like eating some humble pie when he realizes how difficult that is. Just that alone. And so, but if Than and I would go and help him start a project. Ooh, man, we would like rule the world. He's the type of guy that's just going to be balls to the wall and be the best at everything he does and just be awesome. I believe that, and I trust him. So that's what's fun. So, but to become, this thing will come in time. He'll get this in time. He'll get what I'm saying in time. He's going to have to go through hell and back 50 times over first, like I did. I was the same way. It's like I was so the same way. I'm so critical of everything out there. And then when I'm in that position and now the heat's on me, okay, and I still think I'm doing everything perfectly, but then it doesn't go perfectly and there's still problems and it's just like one thing after another, and then you just fall flat on your face. It changes your whole outlook on things for sure. So on a micro scale, I agree with almost everything Thanos said today. Totally. Like everything he said is valid. He's making good points. Okay, but just take a breather and step back and look at the bigger picture of things. I think the DeFi Kingdom's dev team is phenomenal. I think they've done a great job developing. I think Hubert is phenomenal. I think it's just a winner. I think they do strive to be excellent in everything they're doing and to be the best. Like, I think they're hitting all those core values. And most of all, I trust them. So, I mean, if you don't trust somebody, you're always just going to be skeptical of everything they do and like have a critical thing, and they're going to feel it. So I'm just assuming, I'm envisioning what's happening is that Thanos has been this guy over like Frisky Fox's shoulder pointing the critical finger, and it causes Frisky Fox to distance himself from him. It's not welcoming or it's not acknowledging how phenomenal he's been, while still acknowledging, hey, this needs work. Hey, buddy. Okay, so that's going to come in time. Not having this low level, like vibration energy that's just heavy and critical spirit about you, that's not welcoming. It doesn't make Frisky Fox like want to just welcome him in and listen to his suggestions. That's just going to like, whoa. He's like, especially when you're overstating things, all the overstating, harsh. It's like, golly, people just need to go off and find out the hard way that, okay, what else? What are you going to go to now? Okay, yeah, you're right. There's competitors, all kinds of competitors. How about Illuvium? It looks phenomenal. It's great. Well, guess what? It's kind of a rug pull. Like, what do we need Illuvium for? Why do we need it a year, 2 years before the game actually comes out? It's a VC rug pull. I mean, they're just trying to create hype in the game, advertise it, get people to hype up the coin, and then dump on their heads. That's all it is. Okay, now I'm still bullish on Illuvium. Like, and I'll still dollar cost average, maybe $50 here and there once a month into Illuvium. I believe in that project. I'm like pumped. Can't wait till it comes out. Okay, but that's what I've seen so far with Illuvium. And believe me, you try to approach Illuvium right now and just see if you're gonna even get a response from Illuvium. It's not gonna happen. Okay. Love you guys. Yeah. So no, XJewel not useless. XJewel is like the governing token still. Okay. So, but he did. Okay. Let's look at this. Here's what he said. Shout out to Ryan, baby. Okay. The jewel-based jewelers in Crystal Vale, that's going to take a while still, and Serendale 2.0 will have their own tokens. So they're going to have like their own form of XJewel is kind of what they're saying. So yeah, they're doing away technically with XJewel, but they're still going to have their own XJewel, but it's just going to be called something else besides XJewel. I mean, it's going to be different between the two realms, and they're both going to be the governance tokens. And there's not going to be any more X Crystal. So that's the bullish thing still here is also all the fees generated on the platform, like a percentage of that goes to that XJewel when you put in your XJewel. So that's probably kind of where is going to be our go-to for XJewel. That way we're involved in the voting and the governance process. Like that's what it's designed for. Okay. Is to be staked, making, I don't know, 20, 30%, or something like that. I'm not even sure, based off the fees generated in the protocol. I think part of that comes from summoning. Part of it comes from the trading fees, things like that. Okay. What's up? Is it Jaka Mash? What's up, guys? Hey. Okay, they remove XJewel, Jewel liquidity, and Crystal. Yes. So they haven't removed it yet. They're fully removing it come October, according to this. And they're fully removing it prior to the Serendale 1.0 shutdown. So, and it says it was intended to facilitate the reward of Crystal in the early stages of the Crystalville realm. Will need to be fully removed prior to the Serendale 1.0 shutdown so that the XJewel can be bridged back and redeemed prior to the bridges no longer supporting Jewel, which would be sometime in October at the earliest. So there's still time, but like what's going on right now with the price action? Let's check. I'll check on my phone. Because I'm imagining right now as we speak, Jewel's dumping, Crystal's pumping. Okay. Not really, a little bit. Okay. And that's already started happening a little bit. And I think that's partly due to there's going to just be a shortage of Crystal in the short term. There's like a shortage of Crystal. But more Jewel's going to continually be burned because more transactions are happening. They did up the gas fees, which I wasn't super excited about, but it's fine. Like the transaction fees are still a fraction of a penny. Like it's nothing. Okay. I read the Dreamer. Yeah. Message is saying we need to get rid of current XJewel and wait for the new X whatever token on Crystalville. But he did say, he also said, okay, so he said the new Jewel-based jewelers in Crystalville and Serendale 2.0 will have their own tokens. Yeah, you're right there. That's correct. And will not use the Harmony-based XJewel post shutdown. The Jewel-XJewel pool was intended to facilitate the reward of Crystal in the early stages of Crystalville and will need to be fully removed. Okay. So that pool's going to get shut down. And there's now currently a 21% reduction in the Jewel-XJewel pool. So the question is, will they re-up the pool with Jewel and X whatever? That's not how I'm reading it, that they're going to re-up that pool, but maybe. So maybe you made a good point there, Dewey War. You might have made a good point. So maybe they're still going to have a Jewel-X, Jewel, whatever the replacement to XJewel in Crystalville is. Maybe that'll come back. But my takeaway was that they're just doing away with that pool altogether. And they didn't say they're going to bring it back. They're reducing it now. And they've added 7 new incentivized pools, which I was really bummed not to get Matic and Phantom, like especially not getting Matic. And I didn't have time to vote. Like the vote was just one day and I didn't get to it. And I fully meant to get to it. And that if it got like 65% of the vote, I might have pushed it over. Because I have a lot of heroes and I have a weighty vote on that. I don't know. So I was really bummed not to get Matic in. But because the more assets that we bring in to the ecosystem, right, the more people are going to notice that and think, oh, they're going to want to come into the ecosystem and stake their Matic with Crystal. It'll create incentive for people to buy Crystal is what that will do. And it just brings more money into the ecosystem, which helps the value of Jewel and Crystal. Okay. And then it introduces them to the game as well. So it's just, that's how I got in the game. I was like, ooh, these juicy rewards. And that was like late. That was in February. And I jumped in and was playing around with it a little bit. I didn't know anything about Jewel and all this and that. So that was okay. In the longer term, if Jewel/Crystal stay at this level for another year or two before the next bull run, and it's not only that we need to build, there needs to be money from marketing. Yeah. So when you think of like Cardano, that was another thing I was wanting to bring up today with Thanos. Cardano blew up because of a mojo that Charles Hoskinson has. And he just puts himself out there and he does regular YouTube videos. That's all this project really needs. They have enough brand awareness. If you just have the face of the team communicating better with the community and creating all the good vibes, baby, and putting people at ease, knowing how to psychologically put people at ease and gain trust, right? That's the way they answer doesn't necessarily do that a lot of the times. Not that they're super horrible at it, but a lot of times the way they answer things psychologically is like and it puts your guard up, even if it's ever so slightly, instead of building the mojo and just all the feel good vibes and the confidence into the project. That's what Charles Hoskinson has done. And that's why it's number 8 on the market cap, billions and like a $10 billion market cap. Okay. With no essential working product yet. So imagine if he did have a working product, it would be like Ethereum level market cap. Whereas this project is a $25 million market cap versus a $10 billion market cap. It's like, doesn't compute. Or if you look at Dogecoin or Shiba Inu, Shiba is actually doing stuff, but Dogecoin, and then you compare it to something like DeFi Kingdoms, which has an active developing team on it. Okay. Okay. So I'm super bullish on both Jewel and Crystal long-term, big time still. I don't know how this is going to affect Jewel in the short term though. Okay. Would love to get more information. Swiss crypto guy. What's up? What's up, baby? I love it. We'd love to get more information on this from the team. Yes. Thanks for bringing that up, Swiss crypto guy. On maybe they're not actually just going to pull that pool completely out of existence, but they're going to have to retire that pool. That they said that. And it didn't sound like they're going to re-up the pool with the new X, whatever replacing X-Jewel is. So yes, we need to address that with the team and clarify that. Even just something like, no worries, we have enough funds for the next 2 years. Settled already would be enough. Okay, let me go back. Okay, in the longer term, not only that we need to build, there needs to be money. Okay, for marketing and right, sex listings, central exchange listings, which requires money. You're right there. Now, I think they're going to get a lot of momentum from the Clayton in Asia. And I know they're tight on funds for sure. They're tight. I don't think that's going to stop them from developing at all. Honestly, when money gets involved, man, I'll tell you, it gets hairy fast. And you start getting in bed with other people, that's when shit can go down. Like, they can all of a sudden compromise their core values because they're put in weird situations with weird partners to do weird stuff. You just got to be careful. Like, it's if the developers have conviction in the project, just like Wisdom Gaming is fully investing 6 full-time developers without getting anything out of it first. Okay, they're like developing because they believe in what DeFi Kingdoms is doing, and they're creating a product without any money up front. So they're everything's hinging on the long-term success of this game and project of PvP. I like that. I like that. I love that. I think and back to what Thanos, their Wisdom has 2 people now on their board, like sitting in. They now have 2 seats. Now, and there was a stipulation that they can't overturn, like they can't trump DeFi Kingdom's team, but now they have a say, like they're on the board. Okay. But they didn't have to sell any ownership of Kingdom Studios. I like that. I like that better, honestly, than getting some big chunk of money, getting in bed with some company. Now that could really work out well. And they were offered that kind of thing. They were offered like Polygon, and they were offered to just get in bed all the way with other companies and other projects. I kind of like the route they took and building slowly. Okay, so I built an insurance company from nothing in my single wide mobile home in my bedroom, where I sold my first insurance policies in Patton, Missouri, which isn't even a dot on the map, 20 miles away from any form of what you would call a city. Okay. And I had to put up almost 30 grand, and I just grinded on my own. And I turned out being one of the top insurance sales guys in the country. Okay. And then I had to learn everything the hard way. And over time, it became a super strong formulated company, insurance company, that with partners, but that got hairy, got a little hairy. Okay. And which is part of even what put me in a funk a little bit originally before all this crap happened. So, but over time, I just built it slowly and was shrewd and conservative with my money. And I just made it happen pretty much all on my own shoulders. But I did hire some people, learned all that the hard way, and built it from there. And it became, now it's a formulated monster of a freight train flying at full speed of a company. It starts slow, but you do it right. And you don't jump ahead of yourself. Okay. Especially with things like money, get in bed with other stuff. You just stay on your track, and you keep up to the grind, and you wait for things that really make sense. And in the meantime, you just keep up the grind and developing. You keep your head. That's what Axie Infinity did. Thanos said they got money, but that, I think, came later. That came after they blew up to $160. Like, until that point, they just, for 3 years, man, were just, and it's just a few guys grinding in the project. Now one of my buddies, Zozer baby, works for him. So I think they're fine on money. Now, do they have tons of millions of dollars to do all kinds of stuff? No, they obviously don't. But they already have help happening, like the Clayton and Avalanche and all these other things are happening, helping them. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. I think so. Swiss, to really examine that, I think they've basically said they're good, like not like they're swimming in money, but I think they have everything in place now. Like they have their guardrails, and they're grinding. It's financially, I think they'll be fine. I haven't gotten any indication that they're like about to go under. because of funds. I have gotten plenty of indication that they just don't have much funds. And they have to be super tight with how they spend everything. Sure, that's normal for a project that started from scratch 1 year ago. But they've already gotten this awesome partnership with Wisdom Gaming. Super awesome. I think it's phenomenal. And I don't say that lightly, guys. I'm like Thanos in that way. I'm so critical of anything and everything I see. I'm a very critical guy. And this is what I'm saying. Phenomenal partnership with Wisdom Gaming. Phenomenal partnership and vision and pathway with Clayton. Phenomenal with Avalanche. All that. I mean, they're like on the right track. Just keep going. Keep developing. Get this stuff going. Get profession 10 level quick. Like, keep going, baby. Get the pets going. Profession level 10. I'm surprised they didn't hit on the stone carver. So once that stone carver I think that's going to be coming any day to Crystalville. I think we're going to get an announcement any day. Like, Happy Kingdoms Day. It's coming. The stone carver, baby. That's important for the items and the value of gold, things like that. Okay, they will transfer the contract for the new X-Jewel automatically, just like the old Serendale tiers to Crystalville tiers contract, I think. Okay, interesting. Okay, so maybe they're not totally doing away with the Jewel-XJewel pool. Okay. Yeah, that needs to be clarified. Because, I mean, that's how I read it. But I like how you're reading it much better. Let's hope you're right and I'm wrong. Okay. What's up? Link? Is it Link? Okay. Funds are definitely drying up, is my guess. Yeah. Funds dried up months ago. I mean, that's like, they said they are back to square one in terms of running the project as lean as possible. Sure. Yeah. They have to. Yeah. When Jewel went under 50 cents a month or so ago. Yeah, I know that. And they've said that almost every AMA. Yes, that's true. I think X-Jewel is not going to be a token with any value because there will be no way to change it back to Jewel once 1.0 is shut down. Well, they're definitely going to have some form of something. And they said that. It's just going to be different on Crystalville compared to Clayton blockchain. So they're going to have a form of Jewel that's like an X-Jewel on just separately on each blockchain. And that's what they said for sure. So, and so what some people are saying is that the contract for the Jewel-XJewel pool will be replaced with the new token that's replacing X-Jewel and Crystalville. Okay. And that will be great. I hope they do that. Serendale 2.0 is key for survival and another pump. Yep. We need Asian market. Yeah, the Asian market, huge. And we need the people back that left. And that's going to come. Once they realize that, whoa, they went through hell and back and they've been grinding on through, they're going to be like, oh, okay, I guess it wasn't a rug pull. And they're going to come back in. It'll happen. You just watch what a bull run will do. Okay. They'll come back. George, what's up, baby? Yeah. So what are you going to do with all of your Jewel-XJewel pool money? Okay, so I had already actually pulled all that out to buy my Gen Z. I'm like, I almost cleaned out my liquidity with buying all my Gen Zeros. Like, so, which isn't recommended. So I did pull some of my liquidity out with eggs, with eggs and Jewel, and I bought Crystal, and I'm going to put it right back in with Crystal and eggs in the short term. And if Jewel keeps crashing and Crystal keeps rising, then I'm going to sell my Crystal right back into Jewel, baby. Okay. That's my game plan. Okay. Tony Travels. Exactly what do you mean by need? Okay. So as far as we don't need the Asian market to hit 1 billion because we've already done it. Yeah. Okay. Sure. But that will, like, that's the gaming hub of the world, essentially. I could see this game DeFi Kingdoms actually have a TV show that's like an anime similar to that of all these other ones that are out there. So much awesome things going. That's why I'm like into the project. And if I see actual red flags from the team, there's things I try and sniff out. Okay. I won't hesitate to like actually be concerned and voice those things. But from everything that I've seen from this team, and I hyper analyze what they're saying and doing, I don't see any reason to be so overly critical and like skeptical. Now, yes, there's risk. Like there's risk. The team could fail. And yes, the team could be shady. It's possible. I haven't seen that though. Like they haven't given me a reason to think that at all. Like at all. And the mistakes they've made, like Frisky Fox not updating the white paper with the proper address, was just a mistake. Like he just didn't update the white paper. That's all it was. My understanding was it was Dreamer's address on there, and he just forgot to update it because his buddy came in and helped with $15,000. It's all it was not 50. I did confirm that. It's not $50,000 that guy initially put in. He put in $15,000. This is all the buddy did, put into that pool. And it turned into millions and millions of dollars. And of course he was playing the game and claiming the rewards. Like that's his benefit of putting into the initial liquidity. Like what's the problem? Okay. Okay. Yeah. ADA is $15 billion market cap. The market is so irrational. I couldn't agree more. Like it's nonsensical. This coin, Jewel and Crystal both, are micro cap coins with, and in my opinion, someone who was in Cardano when it was less than a penny, okay, is when I bought Cardano. I bought Binance coin at 79 cents. I was in all these projects. Zilliqa, I bought at a fraction of a penny. I had like a few $100 in Zilliqa, and it turned into like 50 grand. Okay. And I fought all these projects. And this is the best project and the best team that I've ever seen by far in the entire crypto ecosystem, period. With maybe two exceptions, CZ and Binance. And guess why CZ has done so well? So another thing Thanos didn't say on the stream, this is a whole nother debate that we could debate probably for hours, is that CZ, it's still pretty centralized, and he started fully centralized. That's why everybody thought he was a scam. But guess what? He's like a benevolent dictator. That's how they roll in Singapore. And that's because this space is not ready for full-blown decentralization. Like, no way, Jose. If you want to ruin crypto completely, is to prematurely go full-blown decentralized. That will ruin, it would ruin DeFi Kingdoms. We wouldn't last another year. So one argument that Thanos didn't even have a chance to voice is that concern with DFK chain, it's a centralized chain. Well, I hope it's centralized, because if not, I'm out. I've been in enough projects that went to 0, 100 that went to 0. I've been down this road. Okay. So as long as you have the right leadership who is in control of centralization with the long-term vision, aka Vitalik Buterin, his number one vision for Ethereum has always been to make it fully decentralized, but it wasn't ready. That's why we had that's why we have Ethereum versus Ethereum Classic in the first place. Okay. They weren't ready to be fully decentralized yet. Like, it's new. we're just new in the space. Like, we have to work out the kinks. If you go fully decentralized, projects ruined every single time, with one exception, Bitcoin. And all Bitcoin is an exchange of value. Like, you can send someone Bitcoin, like, and it's a store of value, because Bitcoin, that's all its function is. That's why that works for Bitcoin. It won't work for a fully functional, decentralized ecosystem metaverse. Sorry. No, got to be centralized. Now they can make it as decentralized as possible. Okay. But the team, at the end of the day, needs to be able to step in and interfere. Otherwise, we are screwed. We're done. I've been there enough. I've seen enough projects go to zero that try to be completely decentralized. Not going to work. Until the full-blown foundation and structure is put into place, we can't have that yet. So there needs, now, I love that they try to actually make an effort to be decentralized. That's great. And let's do the votes and let's do all this. Great. Okay, but if malicious things happen, you need someone to be able, like, one thing that really pissed me off with with Luna, with Do Kwon, he could have stepped in and stopped that. He could have shut it down, boom, and stopped the death spiral from happening. And he didn't. Dead. Project dead. You have to have safeguards in place, or we are screwed. And we're just not at that. In 100 years, will we be able to have a full-blown decentralized metaverse, DEX project, AMM, full-blown gaming ecosystem that's fully decentralized? Let's hope so in 100 years. Great. I'm all for decentralization. Believe me, it's like beautiful. Especially when you compare it to the banks, and like, that's our other alternative, essentially. Yes. Okay. Tony Travels. Amen. Yes. Amen, brother. No worries. This works for us. Yes. I love you, man. Considering how badly Asia is in recession, I wouldn't expect much from the rollout in terms of pump lads. Yeah, fair point. Like, it's going to take time, guys. Patience. It's hard to stay patient through a bear market. It is so brutal to get through a bear market. Believe me, it's taxing on the mind. It causes depression. It causes your mood to go all over the place. So you have to train your brain. Like, once you go through a full cycle, like full-blown cycle, and you've seen it all, and then you go through 2 full cycles and you see it all, it's like, yeah, the only threat to DeFi kingdoms is a black swan event, or like Frisky Fox and the team losing their mind because of dealing with a bunch of lunatic human beings that are so critical on them. Believe me, that does not help anything. It helps nothing. To bring constructive criticism is good. It's very, very needed. Okay. And just to be real and authentic, but to first establish a foundation of support and belief in the team is a must. If you don't have that, you just don't even try to talk to them. Just leave the project. Like, if you can't approach, like Than the man, if you can't approach Frisky Fox and make him feel like he has your full-blown love and support as a foundation of your, and respect as a foundation of your relationship, and belief in the team and what they're doing as a strong foundation, because you see what they're doing, you love what they're doing, you're impressed with what they're doing, and you're hopeful for what they're, and you just want to come alongside and love and support and be a help. If that's not your foundation, Frisky Fox ain't gonna hear a single word you're gonna say. Believe me. I mean, that's just like 101 social interaction. That's how you need to approach this. And then you say, look, okay, I did it. Like Frisky Fox, Dreamer, look, oh my gosh, that was awful how you responded. when they ask you if you're going to sell. Like, I can say that to them. And your messaging, guys, is your weakness. You're killing me. Oh, I can say all that to Frisky Fox and Dreamer, and they'll hear me out because they know I love them and I believe in them. And it's like that's the foundation of my relationship with Frisky Fox, is that they know that I love them and believe in them and think they're awesome and that they're doing a fantastic job, especially given the situation. Like, because, and that's authentically how it is. So, okay, not just, oh, they suck. Oh my God, they don't have any capability inside their brain to even be able to listen to the community. Like, seriously, man? Like, all this crap that people were saying, and YouTubers who left the project saying all this stuff, killing me. Okay, I love this. Okay. I can't wait to have Thanos back on the channel, though. It's awesome. I love him. Okay. Yeah, it was really, really over the top negative. That's right. Dude needs to get laid or something. Okay. No, I bet the dude's kind of got the swag with the ladies. Maybe I'm wrong. The logical types aren't good with the ladies. That was another YouTube channel I almost started. Actually, was a YouTube channel on dating. That was another thing that I went through hell and back. The first woman I ever kissed in my entire life was my wife on my wedding day. That was the first kiss. Was my wife at age 22 when we said I do and we kissed. That was my first kiss. And I had no clue how the difference between male, female psychology and everything, and was just a mess. And then I was faithful, even though like our marriage didn't have the sizzle. Let's just say that. Like, we don't want to get too deep into that, but it wasn't there at all. So, I mean, we're talking like years would go by. I could tell you how she actually got pregnant. Like, it's crazy because I was so religious. It's just so jacked up in my head. Then when I said F you to that, and when we went through the divorce, and then I was like, oh, I had never like even kissed another woman. I was just like dying to get a one, and was the strikeout king, even though I had the total at the time, not now. At the time I had the GQ body. I was a millionaire, super successful business guy. I had it all going. Like, I had the looks, had it all. Couldn't get a woman that I wanted for the life of me. And then, but I just had to figure, I was like manic, psycho. How the hell do these guys get all these girls? Like, it would drive me nuts. And so I was so obsessed with it. And then it was like, just when I laser into something, it's just like nothing else exists hardly. And I finally, after painstaking, I always have to learn everything the hard way. Okay, it's just, and Thanos is probably the same way. Like, okay, and I finally figured it out and was like, and did it actually in a way that kept with my core values, which really I'm too much of the nice guy. So it just wasn't, it didn't ever fit me, but then had tons of women around all the time, like multiple women, like even living here at a time. Okay. And then, so went through like that stage, and then it was like, never again do I even want another woman in this house. So it's like gone full swing the other way again. Okay. And I don't like even take showers or brush my teeth because I'm a complete mental basket case. Anyways, so I love helping those good souled people, the good souled guys, learn how to man up and be a man and get the one. I love being a wingman. It's like my favorite thing in the world to do. And I was so good at it. So I almost started a business. I actually kind of started doing it, like dating business, like helping guys with dating. Anyways, okay. So it is like your engineer, doctor type guys that a lot of times are just so bad socially and reading the cues properly from girls and what even turns them on in the first place. They just don't get it. It's so funny. But I don't know. Than's kind of got a swag about him. He might He might, I don't know though. Maybe not. He's very logical. Okay. I love this. It's hilarious. You guys are cracking me up. I need to. Okay, the partnerships are cool. Okay, back to Swiss. Partnerships are cool, but all the employees cannot live off of Jewel. They're not living off Jewel. They have USDC. Okay, so just to make that clear, I don't know exactly what their treasury funds look like. That would be nice to know, but they're not living off Jewel for sure. They haven't been for a while. They have USDC. That's kind of, and that's how they pay their staff is via USDC, not Jewel. Okay, is my understanding. They've talked about that in past AMAs. And they need a salary still, and we need to at least have some certainty that this is no issue for 1 to 2 years already now. Yeah, I mean, I told Frisky Fox I'd work for him for free. And that's like the heart that I want to see, like the Wisdom Gaming type heart, being like a partner. They're not taking any money. So I don't know. You got to be careful. I think they're going to be fine though. I mean, the protocol is generating revenue. So every time we summon, 17% of that goes to the team. Like percentage of the DEX fees goes to the team. Percentage of like the Jewel being burned. So only 50% of the Jewel fees are burned. I think the other 50% goes to the fund or whatever. And I think it's immediately sold into USDC, and that's how they have it. It's a revenue generating protocol. I mean, and it generates a lot. There's a lot of summoning, things like that happening. So $1 million. Where do you see Jewel and Crystal Pie? Okay, next bullet, M5CS fan. I love it. I've talked about this. Okay, if everything goes like the game is hinging on PvP primarily and PvE, things like that, the gaming aspect, and also the other games potentially being developed like Fight Club. I need to do another video just on Fight Club because it's phenomenal. I've always wanted to do a video on DFK Arena as well because they keep grinding. DFK Arena is grinding, doing stuff. I want to support all the devs and the project, and I want to get them on and see what they're doing. I've never actually played that game. Like I've always thought I would, but at first when it came out, I was like, yeah, awesome. But I didn't see their current model is a sustainable model. And I think they ran into that, pretty hard. But I was like still a big cheerleader for them always, like wanting them to succeed and hoping they continue to develop and, be better. And I think they've done that from everything I've heard. Good stuff happening. So if this game develops, my projection for Jewel, my 5 to 10 year projection for Jewel is $100 Jewel. And it might be even as high as $1,000 Jewel. I could see it. Like I could totally easily see that. Honestly. With Crystal, I would say $10 to $20, very realistic. 5 to 10 years. Or less even. 2 to 3 years. Next bull run. If the game has really gotten traction and developed and is being used and it's like a metaverse and all this and guilds and land and all this and that is actually happening, will be phenomenal. It's a micro cap coin right now. It's just stupid how low the coins are when you look at the big picture, everything the team's doing, all the development, all the communication, all the partnerships, all the stuff going is phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it in my life in all of crypto. And I've been in hundreds of different projects. Yeah, enough said. So 10 to 20 to even $50 crystal, realistic, 5 to 10 years. As like sort of a floor type price, even a floor price, like where our heroes, like the floor heroes are $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. Totally see that when there's so much demand for the heroes because there's actual real world use case. okay, that continually develops, okay, in every game that develops, okay, and has their own unique twist to the game, will create more demand for certain heroes. Like, for example, you play DFK Arena, certain heroes might be better than other heroes. You play Fight Club, there's advantages with certain heroes. You want to have good, jacked up, leveled up heroes. Okay. And then it just more things like that. And just wait. Like, if some awesome developer comes on and develops something just bomb awesome, look out, let alone just their own PvP system working. Like, I could see Fight Club actually being an esports game. Like, it is that much upside. We're talking beyond chess level of strategy in that game. It's phenomenal. It's not like a game like Fate and Arena where you're like playing like Mario Kart and stuff, or like, Call of Duty or something. No, it's like a pure strategy game, and it's so fun. It's so fun. Okay. The tournament, the next tourney, shout out to Boxeye Chats and Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms. Can't wait they just did a video. Can't wait to watch that video. I think they're talking Fight Club. I think that's what they're talking. I can't wait to watch that. I haven't watched it yet. Okay. Okay. If they said they were good, it was communicated super bad. Everything they communicate isn't very good. We'll just say that. Like, that should be, you're right. I mean, that's fair. Swiss crypto guy, very fair. Like, they should communicate where they're at financially, like, and if there's any risk, they need it. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. I'm 100% with you. I'm all about being transparent. And I think the team is all about being transparent. So yeah, let's create an AMA question on how secure are they financially? Is there any risk that they could run out of funds and just be SOL, or something? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be their problem. If they go under or if something happens, I don't think it'll be that, because they have a core group of guys that, when they basically ran out of money, I mean, when the coin crashed and the hack happened and all that shit happened, they basically ran out of money, and they just kept the grind going. And they lost a lot of employees. They lost a lot of the devs. Several devs left the projects. They ran out of money. They basically couldn't pay them. Okay. And so, because they basically said, hey, if you want to develop here, you're going to have a long-term vision and not need the money right away. And most people just said, sorry, we can't. And so the devs that they have now are your long-term vision guys that, even if they got paid nothing, but there is future incentive, they would keep grinding, is my takeaway. And it's only gotten way better since then. They've gotten these partnerships going, all kinds of things going. Okay. Like, they weren't going to go to Singapore. Well, guess what? Now they're going to Singapore. I'm guessing because Clayton is hooking them up. Avalanche hooking them up. Avalanche already hooked them up. Like, they actually stepped in and I think gave them some money, was my takeaway when the hack happened. Okay. They heard their cry and they came. They responded, baby. Yes. Okay. It's something that all the people in DFK need to know about for sure. Agreed. Is it Link? I love it. Tony Travels, Link. I'm so glad of that. Everyone else is too bullish. He brings balance. Yeah. Well, okay. Okay. So Tony Travels, you're so glad about Thanos being overly super negative, like with a negative vibration energy that's completely fudding his own bags and overstating things and creating a cancerous, it's like a cancer. And that mindset has already permeated into the entire ecosystem, which caused 95% of the people to literally exit the project. There's nothing beneficial about it when you're that overly negative. You're not establishing a foundation of trust in the project. If you don't have a foundation of trust in the project, get out. Same with my employees. I mean, this is what I would say. If they don't trust me as a person and as their boss, and don't have a foundation of trust in my business, just go find another job. It's okay. Love you. High five. All good. Not going to work. You're going to be a cancer here. You're just going to be skeptical of everything and pointing the finger and being hypercritical. Not going to have it. It's a cancer. Got to go. So, and it's the same, like there's a low vibration energy vibe versus establishing a foundation of trust in the relationship that you have with the company, or in this case with DeFi Kingdoms. And then you actually have the ear. You haven't blocked off the ear of Frisky Fox. When they know that you actually appreciate how well, and from Thanos' perspective, if Thanos would show appreciation of how well the game has been developed, that was like the devs suck. Like in Than's mind, he could do it way better. And I believe him. He probably could do it way better. In my mind, I could communicate and message and marketing way better. And I could create a structural foundation, business foundation, probably way better. Okay. But I still always acknowledge how good of a job that they communicate to the community. Always. Because it's true. It's better than anything. I had to go through all the hell I went through with all the other projects that I was in first. I had to go through all that first to realize, whoa, like this is the best by far you're ever going to find out there. And if anything's ever better, it'll be like miracle grace raining down from the heavens. If you find something better than this, as far as a project that actually communicates and listens to the community as good as DeFi Kingdoms, woo, sign me up, because you won't. You're not going to find it. And if you do, that by chance there's actually other projects out there that are even better, man, that's a good recipe for a winner. It's unlikely. It's just so rare and hard to find. It drives me absolutely crazy. And so compared to everything else I've ever seen, even though DeFi Kingdoms drives me crazy too, but it is like a breath of fresh air of how good they communicate. They do these AMAs. They actually respond on Discord. I mean, it's phenomenal, actually. To actually get a response to both Dreamer and Frisky Fox on the general chat is phenomenal. I've never experienced it in my life. And then actually be able to chat with Frisky Fox for hours on Discord. Phenomenal. Who am I that he should even listen to me anyways? Like some guy in his house? Like who do I think I am to even think that I deserve to get his ear in the first place? Like, so just the fact that he took the time to hear me out, phenomenal. And did he take every last piece of advice that I gave him? Well, no. But did he hear me out? Yeah. And he tried to do better at all the things I talked to him about doing better? Yeah. Did it actually impact his outlook? Yeah. I think so. But did he actually implement everything I told him to? Like, no. Not yet, anyways. So you got to give him grace. Okay. Right. So, yeah, Tony. So we don't want to just drink the Kool-Aid. Sure. Like 100% not a Kool-Aid drinker here at all. Okay. This is pretty much a reflection of majority of the bag holders. We all back to bare bones till it pumps. Okay. Mr. Bomb Shakalaka Lime. I love it. Okay. Jewel turning into a blockchain token with actual deflation, unlike ETH. No, like ETH. ETH is actually deflationary now, which is a tug of war between inflation and deflation is mega. Yeah. So Ethereum is now very deflationary. I mean, we're talking to already today. Today's the first day. ETH merge, boom. Already today, I think it's like up to close to 1,000 ETH. 1,000. How much money is that worth? 1,000 ETH in one day with low volume, like low transaction volume. Okay, and it might even be more. Last I checked, okay, it was like fastly approaching 1,000. Okay, that times, what is it? Like $1,500, let's just say $1,500 ETH. Okay, that is $1.5 million worth of ETH. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this real quick. ETH earned today. But yes, to answer that, you're totally right. Okay, even before this, just from the EIP 1559, 3 billion with a B, $3 billion in ETH has been burned. Okay, burn rate could destroy $5 billion a year. $5 billion worth of ETH. Okay. How about per day? Per day. Give me a daily burn. Oh. Huh. Okay. That should, you would think that would be like a big search, like number one searched thing today. Hello. I think I need to go to Google. Google.com. Let's see how much ETH got burned in one day. Google.com. How much ETH was burned today? Oh man, it's the same stuff. Okay, ETH burned info. Okay, but these are all old. Man, there was like a ticker. Man, come on. Come on, Google. See, everything everywhere always sucks. Like I'm so critical. ETHburned.info, you would think. Okay, burned in the last hour. Okay, was 20.98 ETH. Okay, this is like a live clock. Total burned since the inception of EIP 1559 is, okay, get ready, 2,624,737 ETH. That's like in the last, what, year? Over 2.6 million ETH burned. Okay, it's phenomenal. I love it. Okay, but yes, so Jewel is also being burned, actually probably at a lesser rate. So we just need, the more the game ramps up and there's more transactions, and if it looks like that Jewel's going to do this pass-through fee burning mechanism where our gas fees are in Jewel on Serendale 2.0 and all these things, yeah, that's going to uptick, but it's still like a small percentage of the Jewel compared to the ETH now. It is like, I want to say something to the tune. Okay, if you take the comparison of the new amount of ETH being minted into existence and you subtract that off of the amount of ETH being burned, it's still something like 2 or 3 or 4% of all of ETH per year is being burned out of existence. Like, I want to say it's maybe even like 4.5% is the net. 4.5% of ETH being burned out of existence every year. It's just like nuts bullish for ETH. So my price projection on ETH is $100,000 in the next 5 to 10 years. Easy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Jewel turning into blockchain token, actual deflation. Yes, it's awesome. It's amazing. I love mega bullish, baby. Yes, Mr. Bombastic Lime. Love that name. Not only does it deflate, but it pays you fees based on the success of each realm. Genius move. There's so much about this that's absolutely okay. Something I didn't even bring up yet is the Swift Thistle issue. It's genius. I don't even know why I didn't think of it. Yeah, just add it to the vendor. And every time someone buys it, guess what? It started at 100 gold. Okay. And then boom, went right up to like 500 gold. Wonder where that's at. I'll look later, but it went right up to 500 gold because that's where it's at on the exchange. Like, it's just genius. So no one really lost out that badly. It's not like, but it did dump for sure, which I just thought when it got up to 0.9 Jewel per Swift Thistle, like that's nuts. Like, I hope you were selling and not buying at that point like that. I knew they had to provide a solution, right? But the solution was still very bullish for Swift Thistle. Like, that's what's so awesome. Okay. It's a perfect solution. Genius. Hubert, you're a freaking genius. I love you. Yeah, that FUD storm was ridiculous regarding the initial liquidity. Totally worse. Worst part is all the influencers' name came forth and said they were wrong. I know. It's like, and then they didn't even own it. Like, at least humble yourself and be like, man, sorry, I fudded your project. The only thing that is shady is that they are all family and friends. Well, that's not totally true. I don't think. But their vision of a GameFi project is the best. Yes. And they are trying their hardest in the industry. So ID, FAG, I buy and hold Jewel. Yes, Zill. I don't know if they're all family though. I know Bolin's not. He's not family, right? Or maybe he has. I don't think it's all family. And Hubert and those guys, they're not like related, are they? I think like their story is interesting. I want to hear more about the story of how it all came to be. I was getting a little bit from Crypto Baby H, baby, and the Unity Guild. Love it. Her guild, like she's one of the most involved people in the entire game. Her Unity Guild home run. Okay. 100% disagree, Grady. Okay. I love it. You're totally welcome to disagree. Without decentralization, why bother? I agree with that. But how long have you been in crypto, Tony? I've been there. I've heard all this for years. Nothing. And then I've seen all the projects that are fully decentralized die because they're not ready. So you have to, like Ethereum did it right. They weren't fully decentralized at all at first. Baby steps, baby. And now they're at a point with a zillion validators, okay, that they're actually approaching full-blown decentralization on a level of Bitcoin. So there's several different levels of decentralization. Like DeFi Kingdoms is extremely decentralized compared to the bank. Okay. It's like total decentralization if you compare it to the bank. But if you compare it to Bitcoin, it's like centralized. DeFi Kingdoms is centralized compared to Bitcoin. So there's so many different levels of decentralization. So first of all, you have to define what you mean when you say decentralization. Full-blown Bitcoin level of decentralization, Ethereum's still not ready for it. But Ethereum, okay, Bitcoin is the only thing that's actually decentralized, like even close. Then Ethereum is millions of miles ahead of everything else as far as being actually decentralized. Millions of miles of everything. Nothing else is even in the same hemisphere as Ethereum's level of decentralization. But compared to Bitcoin, Ethereum is still somewhat centralized. So, but it's getting there. Like it's coming a long, long ways. And now with the proof of stake, it's like well on its way of truly being fully decentralized. And like Cardano, that's one of Charles Hoskinson's like, full decentralization. It's good. Thumbs up to decent. I'm Mr. Decentralization. I also know that I like Binance and I like CZ and he's the man and he made the best freaking coin there is. I mean, Not anymore. That's probably actually Cosmos, but I love these debates. And they're just the best at everything they do. And it's so nice just getting on the Binance Smart Chain because it always works. It's so nice going onto the Binance Exchange because it's the best. Everything you do with Binance is the best, and it's wonderful. And that's why and everything that CZ has ever done is just the bomb. And he's like burned 90% of the coin out of existence, and now it's purely deflationary still. Like, it's phenomenal. And guess what? It's centralized. But that's more extreme. But he is working also towards making it decentralized. Okay, but it's like he just recognized, nope, you can't have it. It's not ready to be decentralized yet. It's just not ready. And believe me, it's going to die if it's not fully decentralized right away. Like, it takes time, like Ethereum, it takes a long time to actually get decentralized. It's a pipe dream. I've been in 100 projects that have gone to zero. That's not counting the projects that didn't go all the way to zero, but are basically dead. Okay. That actually died. I've been down this road. The only one that's fully decentralized, Bitcoin. And the utility of Bitcoin doesn't hold a candle to a metaverse ecosystem. Can't have it. Like, there has to be controls until it's ready to actually be decentralized, or I'm out, because it's going to die. Unequivocally, mark my words. If a project just decides to go full-blown decentralized, you can say RIP. It's just a matter of time. It will die. The project will die. You got to have a make it happen team. So that's like one of our risks with DeFi Kingdoms. Like, we're relying on the team. So there's pros and cons to everything. We are fully relying on the team with DeFi Kingdoms. If they butcher things up, the project's going to die. And with the track they're on now, it's awesome. You get somebody in bed with them, the wrong person in bed with them, that's how things can butcher up real fast, real fast. Like Polygon already wanted to scrap the DFK chain and they wanted full control, Polygon. Okay. They would have made a sweet deal. They all could have gotten real rich. They could have made a lot of money. The team, they could have they could have gone down that road. And who knows what would have happened? Like, maybe Polygon would have made it out, but now we're relying on Polygon at that point. I don't know. Like, you got to be careful. The track they're on, they're making conscious efforts to be more and more decentralized, to involve community votes for everything they do. Okay. But at the end of the day, like, what the hell do we know? We're not developing the project. We're not on the inside. Like, we don't know what the hell's going on. Like, what the hell do I know about what they should do? Like, what do I know? We don't know. So screw the damn democracy community vote sometimes. Just step in and say we're doing Matic. If it's the right thing to do. That's how CZ rolls, and it's the best at everything they do. That's okay. This is so fun. I need to stop though. We've been going too long. Okay. I love this. Good comments though, Tony. Without decentralization, why bother? Like, have you ever experienced Binance? Because it's the best. If you're actually trying to do something, like if you actually want something to get done, he's the make it happen guy. And he always does it faster and better than everybody else. That's what I've seen work in the space. I haven't seen this other philosophical pie in the sky shit work. It hasn't worked. Decentralization hasn't worked. Here's what's worked. CZ calling the shots and making it happen, and it's the best. That's what's worked. DeFi Kingdom's team stepping in and making it happen. That's what works. Bitcoin is like a different category, and the closest thing besides that is Ethereum, which is phenomenal, but they're like 7 years ahead of where DeFi Kingdoms has been. And it's still going to take a long time to actually be decentralized for Ethereum. It's not It's not even close, really. Not on the level of Bitcoin. And it's like, it's just a phenomenon that Bitcoin has actually endured, actually. It's an absolute phenomenon that Bitcoin made it. You know how many times people have said Bitcoin is dead? Like, it's just phenomenal that Bitcoin survived. It's like, thank God. But as a result, we've had a zillion other things crash and burn for lots of different reasons. I can tell you this. Until something is properly ready with the proper guide rails in place of things that we don't even know is possible to happen yet. Like, we don't even know. There's going to be, in 5 years, there's going to be new ways to have black swan events, like that we don't even, that haven't even been invented yet, aren't even in existence. Okay. That will hit vulnerable blockchains. And a guy like CZ will just boom, step in, save the day. You can bet. Okay, let's just look at how Harmony has responded. Okay, like, what the hell have they been doing? Like, they just shot themselves in the foot. Like, I can guarantee, if we were on the Binance Smart Chain and the same thing happened, CZ would have worked his magic, made it happen, provided a solution, and just kept rolling. And that happened. They, at first, Pancake Swap or somebody, there was like some hacks going on in the Binance Smart Chain happening, and they just made it right, and they learned from it, and then they go. Now, I pretty certain CZ's vision, long-term vision, is full-blown decentralization. Full-blown. Like, he's going to die. What happens if CZ dies? Like, that's a problem. He's already formulated a structure and a plan for that if that were to happen. It's like everything he does is just phenomenal. Has he made mistakes? Sure, not too many though. Like, and he makes it right if he makes a mistake. Like, he wouldn't just sit back and watch his chain die. Like, hello, Harmony, hello. Okay. The only thing in crypto is Bitcoin and ETH, okay, that's fair, like 98% decentralized, but compared to Bitcoin, Ethereum is still got a long ways to go to be truly decentralized. Or derivatives or options or commodities, okay, the only decentralized thing. ZIL. Yeah, baby. Tony, I think of DAOs. Okay, DAOs on Harmony, complete total failures and many pits. Everything needs some centralization. Yeah, that's right. That's my point. Until it's proper and ready to have the proper guardrails in place to actually become decentralized. And that's like beyond what we can even imagine at this point. Like, maybe we'll know how to do that in 50 years. We're not even anywhere close to that. New Jewel pools coming to Crystalville. Check announcements. Oh, really? Lucky Duck. What's up, baby? Was there more announcements? Really? Okay, I don't see any new announcements. Yeah, I'm okay. Do you mean at the beginning of the video? The Jewel pool, though, is being retired, at least temporarily. Okay. Couldn't agree with you less on this one, Grady. That's fair, Tony. None of us is as dumb as all of us. Where's that? Okay. That's so funny. I'd much rather see long-term growth chart looking like stairs instead of an elevator. Yes, Ryan, good point. Okay, we're having the wrong conversation here, Tony. You guys want to throw the baby out with the bathwater? I don't know what. No decentralization, no point for DeFi kingdoms. And it's the name. No, you're not hearing me, Tony. Okay. Now, DeFi Kingdoms is not even anything. DeFi Kingdoms is centralized, just to be clear. And if it wasn't centralized, I'd be out. Like right now, it's full blown the team. Now, compared to the bank, yes, DeFi Kingdoms, very, very decentralized compared to a bank. DeFi Kingdoms, though, is centralized. Now they've taken lots of steps. I'm all for it to become more and more and more decentralized. Okay. Zelf, my man. I am Grady. We're all Grady. I love it. Okay. I mean, the human race is on one planet. That's pretty centralized. Okay. Just show the ladies all your Gen Zeros. That's the key right there, baby. Oh, man. Women are cool, but what they have to do with Jewel-XJewel, LOL. Just kidding. I love it. I am Grady. We're all Grady. Love it. If I ever go back to the dating game, I'm going to need to get some shady Grady lessons. I'll help. That's like, I have a pat because it was such a hell. I can't even explain it, what I went through. I'm just a freaking mess. When I went through the season where I was like desperately needing a woman, it was, I don't even know it, like the day I split with my wife. And I had like, essentially, I was kind of like still a virgin. I was like a 35-year-old virgin, basically, sort of. And I was going crazy. Like, I don't even know how to explain that whole season. It was bad. It was a downward spiral. I totally believe the opposite. Everything I said about female psychology, the opposite was true. Like, I actually thought that women were turned off by like overconfident men. I thought that was like a turnoff, and they liked humble guys. Like, I actually thought that. So I don't know why. Like the Bible, I was so inundated, and like turn the cheek and be humble, and someone takes your cloak, give him your tunic as well. Just like all the mindsets that I had from the Bible, and it like messed me up when it came to the ladies. And then I just really got messed up in the head over it. So that was like a long 4-year period of like working through that anyways. And then it was like I could just go out and bring a couple girls home. Like it got like the pendulum swung, but then that gets messy. Like, man, learned all that the hard way. Okay. Zelf, baby. Next bull run, Jewel market cap, 15 billion. Bean. I love it. Yes. I love it. I love DFK, but if bull run isn't in the next 2 years, DFK won't survive. Just saying. That might be true. Now, a functioning product with real world use case won't need a crypto bull run. Like, it won't need it. So if there's actual real world demand for Crystal and Jewel, okay, it can just pump right through a bear market. And we saw that last bear market with Chainlink, which they talked about partnerships with Chainlink. Okay, that's another big one that can help them in so many different ways. And Chainlink is just, that coin is one of the most actual real world use case coin of all coins. And it's necessary to actually have the coin. So the reason why it hasn't pumped very much, it pumped all through the last bear market, but in the bull run, it just wasn't that sexy. I mean, it was still good. It went up to like $55, but okay, there was an inflationary issue with it, but that is like a absolute coin that needs to be in your stable bag. Like, in there should be a liquidity pool with Chainlink for sure. So it will have its day. It's gonna come, and it's gonna keep, because you gotta have the coin. So like, if they're gonna partner with Chainlink, they got to have the coin. Like that's in order to work the oracles. I thought for sure they would have already had that partnership, but I guess not. But that's a big one. Okay. I'm sure they will survive, but there's a limit. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Zill, I believe you there. Okay, late again. Need to set alert. Ah, I love it. Bean, yes, we need a white swan event in the next 2 years. Crypto market cap to 9 trillion, which is what I thought would happen in the past bull run, but it didn't. Like we only got to like 3.3 or maybe it hit 3.4 trillion in the last, like at its all-time high market cap. And I thought it would at least, I would have said the minimum, the floor is like $4 billion or $4 trillion total market cap of the crypto whole entire ecosystem. But it didn't even hit 4. It's like, dang, it's so manipulated now. And with all the leverage trading, it's just effed it all up. And that's why Bitcoin isn't a true hedge against inflation, is because of leverage trading. Otherwise, we'd already have $1 million Bitcoin straight up, and the markets wouldn't be so manipulated. Bitcoin would have already hit $1 million if we didn't have the leverage trading. It would be considered not a risk off asset. It would be a risk on asset. There's no reason why it's not a risk on asset. It's Bitcoin of all assets on earth should be your most stable risk on asset without question. And that's like becoming more of like an average Joe thought. There's no reason why it's not. Why isn't Bitcoin a risk on asset? Like gold is done. Like it's proven that over the last 12 years, gold is done. We're just going to see Bitcoin replace gold. So it's just a matter of if not when Bitcoin truly becomes a hedge against inflation. Like when is that going to happen? There's no reason why it shouldn't have already happened by now. You have countries adopting Bitcoin. You have institutions getting in Bitcoin, which is part of the problem, actually. When institutions get in, that's part of the freaking problem sometimes, okay? Because now they control it. Okay, they have the power. The powers that be aren't going to give up their power. The banks, governments, as long as they have control and power. And that's why it's even legal to have this leverage trading. Because I can tell you right now, with all their bullshit SEC regulations and laws, if anything should be regulated against, would be leverage trading. If there's anything that needs to be dealt with, but they're not going to, because that's their tool to control the markets. They're not going to let that go. But that's like obvious. It's like, okay. Okay. Danny. What's up, Danny? Love it. Forgot about Alex Moten. What happened? I'm not sure what you mean with that. Hey, doctor, you're back. Hey, I hope you didn't take it. Dr. Olgun Kemal. Love you, man. I hope you didn't take it too hard. Like I felt bad after I came at you earlier. Like I wanted to like try and message you or something. I hope you didn't take that too offensively when I was on with Thanpolis, Than the man, baby. I woke up now. What to do with the pool? Okay. Yeah, we hit on that. So should I go back to Crystal Jewel pool? Well, you're fine with the pool as it is now. And they're not going to, that pool's going to be going for at least another month, they said, but they're lowering it quite a bit. And they're going to completely do away with the pool, at least temporarily. That's what's still in question. Like, are they going to bring it back when they replace the X-Jewel with the new whatever X-Jewel is? Okay. And so what I did was, I think there's going to be an immediate dump of Jewel and pump of Crystal for multiple different reasons. But Jewel just for that one reason, and we kind of are already seeing it happening, but not crazy. So like, don't panic. Still super bullish on Jewel. Love it. But you're going to see money probably coming out of those pools with Jewel. Now, they did increase a little bit the allocation to the Jewel USDC pool. That's cool. Okay. Okay, the risk of Crystal. Okay, so I think Crystal, there's like going to be a shortage, somewhat of a shortage of it, because there's like, as far as actual circulating supply of Crystal compared to Jewel is like 10%. Even though the total supply until like before the tokenomics change, the total supply, yes, Crystal was 1/4 the amount of Jewel, but the actual circulating supply is like 1/10. Now, no more Jewel for summoning, for leveling, for all this stuff, in-game stuff, like when duels come and all that, whatever else is coming, there's going to be a demand, a need for Crystal. There's not enough Crystal circulating for it to do anything but pump. It's in the short term. Now, as more Jewel unlocking happens over time, like over the next year, yeah, now, then we could see more sell pressure. But I even think they restructured the whole tokenomics release from the locked like Jewel replacement. Like even that was restructured. Okay. So short term, very, very bullish on Crystal. I mean, because we all just our actual real world use case going to need it to play the game, to level, to summon. Okay. Love you guys. Okay. Alex Moten was a dope up and coming DFK YouTuber. Oh, was he the guy like with the beard and the glasses? I never even hardly watched. I never even watched that guy. I don't know. I was like, searching YouTube for everything DeFi Kingdoms, but I think I missed that guy somehow. I was like on Climb Crypto and the Brown Gent and Renaissance Gaming and all those guys. Lots of good YouTubers out there. Kristen Peter, baby. Love and yeah, Climb, baby. Some of those guys. Somehow I missed it. Yeah. So, and he famously left when I remember they said like the biggest DFK YouTuber left. And I didn't even know who it was. I remember when that happened. But honestly, anyone was just in pools left because they didn't play DFK for reals. Yeah, totally. Once Jewel pumps again, they will all cry. Yes. So just imagine when they sit back and realize that it's not a scam, that it's not a rug pull. Frisky Fox is legit, transparent, has a heart that wants to help. The community comes, that he looks out for the best interest of the community, even over his own best interests. This is how I see it. I know a lot of people out there disagree. I'm not just drinking his Kool-Aid at all. That's just being fair, how I see Frisky Fox and Dreamer and the team. They're just legit, caring people, like empathetic. They're empaths, high levels of empathy and caring. Like they don't even know how to handle themselves. Like, and I think they've even learned how to kind of manage that. Like they've learned how to block. They almost you have to, when you're an empath, like I'm an extreme empath, and I have to like learn to train my brain so I don't get too emotionally, like hurt. Like I have to learn how to block off haters and, or whatever, which I don't really have any haters. I'm surprised. I thought for sure I would have some haters. Like I never get any haters. Like it's great to disagree. Like that's not a hate, but I thought I would get a lot more hate for some reason. I just thought that was more normal. I never get any hate, but I'd be mentally prepared for it. Okay. Yeah, the new announcement 2 hours ago. Yeah, that's what we covered, Lucky Duck, right at the beginning of the video. Love you, my man. Oh, love it. New pools, but in the announcement, okay, they're going to put an end to the Jewel-XJewel pool. Like, so that was like, whoa, that's a bomb drop. Like, so that's why I started. And I wanted to do a video. I've got the kids. Wanted to do a video just talking about Thanos, following up with that, and the AMA today, which I thought was very awesome. Super bullish. They're all over the place. They're grinding. They're all over the place. They're phenomenal. The team has so much going. You got Frisky Fox going to meet up with Chainlink in New York. You got the team that wasn't going to go to Singapore. They were just going to be represented by Clayton there at the biggest once a year gaming convention in all of Asia. Okay. But they are now, because I'm assuming Clayton is accommodating a couple team, or maybe like a whole bunch of the team, like Dreamer and those guys are going to be there now. Like, that's awesome. I love it, baby. Okay. Everyone needs Monero in a boat. Monero was the very first crypto I actually ever got. Long story. It was sent to me. Okay. If I told you about it, I'd have to kill you. Okay. Yeah. Alex Moten was a DFK YouTuber that jumped ship. I know. Okay. Got it. Heard about that. No, not at all. Okay. Dr. O. I appreciate that, man. No offense at all. Like the aim. I know, right? And I loved my time with Thanpolis. He's phenomenal. He's brilliant. He's a genius, and he has high levels of standards. Okay. And it's hard to be in that place and it's hard not to be judgmental, like, and be that, like, you suck, and you know why you suck, because you suck. Like, when I used to have that kind of mindset, and I had to be completely broken, like, in every way you can imagine. And I thought I was broken beyond imaginable levels of brokenness. And then I'm surprised every day of how utterly broken as a human being I am. It just is nuts. Anyways, okay. Hey, you've been in the channel from day one? Awesome. Okay, maybe I just misunderstood what you said. Maybe I misunderstood you, Dr. O. Thank you, man. Carlos said he's been really busy. When asked, when Grady show, hit him up. Oh yeah, I've already hit him up. Danny, can't wait I'm going to have Carlo on the show. But listen, he's a one-man show. It's hard to even get a response from him. Like, and because but he's still good at responding. Like, he'll respond when people need help, like new oncomers. That's kind of like his focus, to help get them inundated into the bot and help, like, onboarding. But man, he's so busy. Carlo with the waifu bots, shout out, man, he's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I didn't fully understand how to do the auto level up. So I still need it to go back and figure that out and implement it. Okay. But yes, for sure, I'm going to have Carlo on the show someday. It'll happen. Like, unless Carlo just utterly refuses. But I've hit him up multiple times, and like, he'll literally just like not respond. Like, hey, you should get on the show. I don't know how many people I've helped like onboard onto waifu, and also Diffkey, really. So it's fun. I loved it when Thanos. I meant to ask him today, like, how many people roughly have I brought on? Because I think it's quite a few. Onto Diffkey, onto all of them, really, I think. But especially the waifu, man. It's so fun. I love it. I love it. Blown away by all these devs. I'm blown away by the high levels of human beings that we have in this project. It's phenomenal. Yeah, no commission. And I haven't made a dime from anything until all of a sudden Thanos sent me $75 because he's got like a referral program now. So Thanos did for like referring to new accounts like this month or something. I got $75. I did get $75 from Thanos out of the blue. Didn't even know it was coming. Yeah. So waifu, I have won 3 for free. So I've won 3 drawings and they keep going up the value. I love it. Okay, guys, I better go. Okay. Taki Mata was a big futter. Let's all send him a bag of poop. Somebody, who was it? Oh, what's her name? That Australian gal that's in the game. Oh gosh, what brain work? Australian gal that's like awesome in the game. Like got onto Twitter and just someone was saying, "Hey, it might be a good time to buy Jewel," and then like she just like got on there and like there were so many people fudding the project, and then the more I looked into it, the more it actually validated the team. The more I looked into it, the team became more and more validated. Yes, many people are dissatisfied with NFTs and game crypto. Very true. But DFK, single crypto game working. Yeah. And the game aspect of it, like, it's sort of a game. Like, you can gamify stuff. It's fun. And like Fate and Arena is by far the most fun crypto game to play. But guess what? Their coin is worthless. It's literally worthless. So you're losing money when you play the game, actually. Love you guys. Fishy Foods is in the house, baby. Woo! Hyped about what they announced about Fight Club. Right. Fight Club. Like that's one of their, that's on the list. And I think I am going to go ahead. I was debating. I think I am going to go ahead and go to the DFK Builder site, as a YouTuber. They keep saying, yeah, YouTubers come. So Boxside Chats did it, and I gave them a big upvote to get in the grant program or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and just say, hey, and just throw it out there. Like I'm full-time, in my mind, full-time committed to DeFi Kingdoms. YouTube channel. I want to just help fill a need that I see is needed for DeFi Kingdoms. That's why I exist today, like nowadays. So I think I am going to go ahead and get onto the builders program or like apply or whatever, go to that site. Why not? Not that I'm expecting anything out of that necessarily at all. So, but that might help. I don't know. I was going back and forth on it. Okay. There's a lot of good crypto games out right now. Yeah, there are. But nothing, the only one that's actually fun to play, that's actually working is Fate and Arena. Like you've got Alien Worlds, and I don't know. It's like very hard to onboard new users to that. Like I couldn't even figure it out. And not that I'm great, but I am like inundated into DeFi and couldn't figure that one out. Like but I just didn't put enough time into it. But it was a pain in the ass with Wax, and I already had Wax. I bought Wax way back in the day. Made a ton of money on it and lost it all, and then made a bunch of money on it again, and it was just crazy. You've got Axie Infinity, but it's not very fun to play either. Like and it's just like, I think it's a lot cheaper now, but it's still like expensive to buy, to get in. Like, so I don't know. There's not a whole lot of good crypto games out. It's all hype and speculation, and it's all a bunch of VC rug pulls is mostly what the whole entire gaming ecosystem is. VC rug pulls, all of it, even the good ones, even the awesome coins. Like, what are the awesome ones? You got Veracity. You've got, what's like the big one, the main gaming, hello, brain, work, brain. Is like extremely inflationary, but it's really good coin. Like where gaming projects can be built on it. But that's what DeFi Kingdoms is. It's the same thing. Like they have their own blockchain. It can do anything that any of those other ones can do already. And they have their own game. Yeah, Gala. Hello. Thank you, my man. Jakamash. Okay, Gala games. Like there's so many questionable things. Like the level of trust I have for DeFi Kingdoms and the team compared to all of those other projects doesn't even compare. Even the good ones. Like I was way deep into Cryo Wars, got rug pulled. Like, and I was right on it. Like I was right the second it got released, because I couldn't get in the pre-sale. Okay, the people in the pre-sale, boom, rug pull. They got it for 1 to 3 pennies, and then it shot up to $20 in like 1 second, and then it dropped down all the way down to like 6, 5, 4, and then back up to $6. Okay, and these guys bought it for 3 cents, and they said it was going to be listed on KuCoin for 3 cents. That was the initial listing price. Guess what the initial listing price of Cryo Wars was? $20 was the initial listing price on KuCoin. So like no explanation, reached out to the team. What the hell? I was on it right at 8 a.m. The split second it was listed. No. Oh, what an amazing token launch. It's great. Everything's great. As we see Cryo Wars go from $20 down to $4 to $6 down to $1, then back up to $4, then back to like, who knows what it's worth? What, 10 cents? 5 cents? What's Cryo Wars worth? Why do we even need Cryo Wars? Why did I even get into the freaking game? Like, because it looks like a really cool, awesome game. Rug pull. They're all rug pulls. They're all crap. All of it sucks. It's all crap. All the gaming coins except Axie Infinity, which I know that team, and that team I do trust. Good people that does their best, and they effed it all up. The 2-coin tokenomics, like the economics in their game, just like all the other 2-coin economics, like Krabata, shout out to Krabata. I like Krabata, okay? But they did the same thing. The 2-token or now 3-token economics. There's 3 crypto coins in the ecosystem. It like you have to actually have a need for the coins or it just doesn't work. Like, so Krabata was cool. Like the horse racing games, like all of it crashed and burned. Now, I get it. So did DeFi Kingdoms, okay? But when I compare all these other gaming projects being developed, show me one that's better. I'm all ears. I know there's a lot out there. Like Defira, I looked into it. I think it's good. I think it's legit. I think the team's legit. I think, but do they have like the mojo that it takes to be like Hubert mojo mixed into the project of just the brilliance behind the economics and the ecosystem? The way they communicate, like, is a lot different. It's not the same. Okay, now Defira will actually like respond to you at least. That's nice. But it's like not anywhere in the same hemisphere still. Like I just haven't seen it. Nothing. Oh yeah. Cosmos and EVMOS. Yeah. I love that. So I've bought a bunch too, and like that bag pumped. Evamos, Cosmos, baby. I'm on the Kepler wallet and all those different, and Osmosis and Juno and all that. And I love Cosmos is phenomenal. And that I thought was an obvious one too. Yeah, Cosmos on DFK. Hopefully Cosmos is like something they're looking at for sure. I think hopefully one of the realms goes to Cosmos, and I've always kind of thought that would happen. Okay, Phantom Galaxies looks awesome, and I've like, but speculative. Like that's another one. So all these, I've been so pumped about these projects, like Alluvium, like Phantom Galaxies, looks phenomenal. Farming Swift Thistle was super fun, and it didn't require any good graphics. I love it, man. Okay. Yeah, Zill. What do you recommend to look at? Did I miss something from Zill? A lot of hidden GameFi project being built right now that actually have playable games. Please explore other blockchains, guys. Best thing you can do right now. Give us some tell us. I mean, I've been burned by 50 different gaming projects, and I've like just about had it. Like, I'm sick of looking into DeFi gaming projects. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. It drives me nuts. I'm sick and tired of Alex Becker's BS. I'm sick and tired of all of it. Like, I've literally had enough of it. Like, it's so much talk and so much hype and so much speculation, and it's just people trying to make a quick buck. It's not a long-term conviction into the quality of the actual game and the team and the tokenomics. Like that's what we get with DeFi Kingdoms. Like we get it all with DeFi Kingdoms. By far and away, a million times better than anything else. Unless there's new ones that I haven't seen. Okay. And I try to follow the Alex Beckers and the what's his name? Hello. Golly, Crypto Banter Gaming guy. Brain. The Crypto Banter Gaming guy, who I love. I think he's awesome, but he's just like, he's got to be going through it, man, because he's promoted so many freaking projects that just crashed and burned, man. Like there was a true blue Mario Kart game that essentially just went to zero. It was like a rug pull that seemed like it pumped and then dumped like nothing else I've ever seen. It's just like all the gaming coins. It's like VCs seeing an opportunity and how to exploit and make a quick buck. That we haven't had that from DeFi Kingdoms. We had a bunch of BS, toxic FUD, BS, absolute BS toxic FUD in this project. That's what we've had. That's complete false lies. Okay, and then a bunch of people leaving the project and the DeFi Kingdoms team not being able to properly message their responsiveness to that and continually having trouble with their messaging that oftentimes in their AMAs, the way they communicate makes people think like more skeptical instead of less skeptical, but I get them. Like I follow them. Like they're in their engineer brains. They're just trying to be transparent. They're trying to lay themselves bare and be honest. You won't find anything else that even compares. And if you do, I want to know about it because I'll be blown away. Okay, I wish every expansion to other chains were just PvE and PvP, and they needed to bridge to Crystalville for profession leveling summoning. Hey, that's a good suggestion. That's another good AMA suggestion or whatever. Okay, Zill. Guild Saga over on Solana is Definity Original Sin in pixel form. Interesting. Domi Online on AVAX. Founder is literally 10 million subscriber YouTuber. Domi Online on AVAX. Founder for Guild Saga on Solana. I've never even heard of Guild Saga. Is that like brand new? Up and coming? Huh. Yeah, I think that's a good point, Zill. Alex is a hoax. Yeah, just pump and dump. Well, Alex, I like him. I like him. So I probably said that wrong. I still like Alex. He cracks me up. But like he's been accused of like being a scam guy that just tries to pump his own bags. I don't think that's really true. Miles, but I wasn't talking about Miles. Who's the other guy? Not Miles. Miles is the DeFi guy. Then there's hello, the crypto gaming guy. What's wrong with me? Okay. Crypto Banter are just pump and dump. Well, see, I don't trust him anymore. But I love him. I love Manran. But I can't stand his freaking thumbnails. I like him though. I still like him, but even like George, I think George has become even worse than Crypto Manran. Like, but I still listen to these guys. I like them and I love, but it's like, man, I just don't hardly trust any of them. Like I definitely trust, holy cow, Benjamin Cohen. I just trust that he's being authentic. Like that's the number one thing for me, is to be able to trust somebody. They're not up to no good, which the almighty dollar. I mean, so these YouTubers, it's not about their passion and their vision. It's about making money. It's a business. Okay. So they have to try and create content for you. And so they in the same way the news does, they try to stir your emotions. And the way like George will say things, like he'll just say just something like, let's say he's talking about Voyager and he'll say, Voyager turned off. This is what George will say. Voyager has turned off withdrawals. Okay. He could say like, surely they're going to hopefully get your money back, but hopefully you're going to get your money back. Let's hope you get your money back. I don't know though. Instead, here's how George will say it. When that first happened, very first video, like the day it happened, no one actually knew what was going on yet. Okay. It was just like a temporary suspend of withdrawals. No one actually knew what was going on. George is just like, probably not ever going to get your money back. And so when we didn't even actually know what was happening at the time. And so he'll do that all the time. Like he'll phrase things in such a way to stir your emotions. And he's a master at it. Like he makes you think that he's not even doing it. Like I watched him every day for 5 years now. So, and I watch him less now. I used to like Johnny on it, watch all of them. And I've noticed a big change with Crypto Man Ran too. Like after he lost a mother F shit ton of money on Terra Luna. Okay. And it's all about making money. So he's just going to like promote, advertise, and there's nothing wrong with that actually. But one thing I'll never do, like I'll never compromise. Like I'm down to get a sponsor. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm never going to compromise looking out for the best interest of others. For the sake of a buck. Never going to do it. Like, and I can't believe that conviction isn't there. Because people just don't get it. People don't get it. How to gain trust. Trust, it's all about trust. Like for any business, any project, and any relationship, okay, it's about trust. If you want a deep, strong relationship. So with business, the most successful business people long-term, not 5 minutes in front of your face, but long-term, will be the ones that everybody trusts. And they believe will actually do them right and look out for their best interests. And they don't have some ulterior motive, okay? That's like they're trying to pull a fast one. So with these YouTubers, I just see it. They're just trying to come up with content and stir your emotions. Like that's their focus. That's their goal. That's what they're focused on doing. It's trying to get clicks and stir your emotions. It's like you can't really trust anyone anymore. It's hard to find people to trust. Instead of having a conviction of what the hell they're doing. And I still think George is good and those guys are good. Like he's obviously got a conviction for crypto and he's going to do you right. But in little ways, man, it's just like, and the way he covered DeFi Kingdoms, perfect example. He just came on and said, DeFi Kingdoms is dead. Frisky Fox is leaving the project. It's not going to survive. Straight up. I mean, and then the next video came out and he said the exact same damn thing, even after the vote was cast and he's not leaving the project. He never rectified it. He never made it right. They're 1 inch deep. Okay. And all these, they have staff doing the research and just creating narratives to talk about. it's like, come on, people. Like BitBoy, another one. So I love BitBoy. I love the path that he's gone down. But it's like, okay, is he really a believer in XRP? Like, or is he just trying to get the XRP army? Right? But he'll try to argue that XRP is not centralized. Well, okay, right. Their platform isn't centralized, but the coin is totally centralized and the team owns half of it. Like, hello. But he just like won't acknowledge that. But he knows that. He knows that XRP, like, should that be what's that? A $15 billion coin too? Okay. Like, does that make any sense at all whatsoever for XRP to be a $15 billion coin right now? Like, any sense at all? Like, market cap coin. Hello, people. And so like he'll go on and he went like top 3 coins of the year. XRP is one of them. Like, really? Do you really believe that? Is that really your conviction, BitBoy? Like, for real? Like, how can you trust these guys? There's obviously something else behind that, right? You can't trust anyone. There's no conviction. Okay. Sorry. I love all these. So what LP is best to put your Jewel in now? Jewel USDC. Probably. I'm guessing. That's okay. I love this. Comments, guys. Wow. Thanks for the alpha. You always bring it. Thank you. Jewel Mining. Love it. Yeah, baby. Danny. Fish foods. For some reason, I have a lot of foragers. Almost a third of my heroes are foragers. Haha. Okay. Yeah. Crypto banter, pump and dump. Yeah. Profession score to 10 and stat 20, then training quest. Yeah. Okay. That's a good plan. I love that. For some reason, like Thanos was kind of dogging the training quest. I was like, but that was like a godsend, right? Didn't we like the training quest? Like, it was great, especially for you anti-ignore your profession guys that like most of all you are. Like, training quests are a godsend, right? For you guys that want to just ignore the profession. Okay. Love you guys. Love how, waifu gave the advantage of accessing retired. Okay. Oh, right. So and I think all the botting can do that. Like Diffkey, waifu, huge advantage of, you get all the retired gardening pools. But now, so they just added some more pools and I hope they did that tonight. And we can quest 2 gardeners at a time. Booyah. That's an awesome update. That's because the team listened to the community. Okay. Okay. Infinity War, baby. Yeah. Anton. Sorry, guys. I'm like the worst reader. I cannot read. Love you guys. Infinity War, just joining the stream. Yeah, start it over. If you just joined, go back, listen at 1.5x speed. They are really doing away with Jewel-XJewel. Yes, they are for sure, at least temporarily. They're going to have to. And then they're basically going to replace XJewel with something else, and it'll be different on each blockchain. So that was on the announcement tonight with Dreamer. That's like the best LP to be in during the volatility. Yeah. Hopefully they bring, like everyone else is kind of reading it. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, where they'll bring it back, like replace it with the next XJewel that's like replacing it. Hopefully that's the case. But Jewel, USDC, good one. And they actually increased that a little bit. Not much, like it's still only like 4.5% of the allocation. Okay, Domi, Zill, back to Zill, baby. He's got some insight on some games, baby. Domi Online is WoW with infinity levels. I'm not sure what WoW is. Like, I haven't been a gamer. I was just into the different gaming projects. The first real project I got in actually played was Fate and Arena, and I was trying to do that with like Alien Worlds and Axie, and it was just such a pain in the ass. I was watching YouTube videos on it, and main thing I'm trying to say, a lot of dope projects being built right now. Yes, good ones. Been there, done that. I'll tell you, it's wrecked a lot of people. The gaming ecosystem and crypto has absolutely wrecked. Like good, I think Krabata is a good one. It's like got a good team. And they're on the Avalanche subnet too. But like that Krabata is down worse than DeFi Kingdoms is. Like Thetan Arena is 99.99% down. A lot of these projects, man, they're all wrecked and lots of them are already dead. Projects that I was in last, November, December, January are already dead. I was in at least 50 gaming coins back then, and DeFi Kingdoms became one of them. Several of them are dead. All of them are wrecked. None of them have like absolutely obliterated. Like hundreds of thousands of dollars I've lost. I made a shit ton on Axie Infinity. I made a shit ton because I bought Axie Infinity at $1, sold it right at the top, the $160. Okay. I made a lot of money on Guild of Guardians. Is that right? Guild of Guardians. Made a lot of money on like Alice. I made a lot of money on Alien Worlds. I made a lot of money on Super Farm. Okay. Elio and Super Farm. Made a lot of money on that. And I even sold, the top. Alien Worlds. And a whole bunch of others. I don't even remember what the hell they're called. Okay. Man, the best do your own research is going into different blockchain and just explain dApps and projects. Yeah, man, I've like done that to complete extreme exhaustion. Like every single project that Hustle on Crypto Manran has ever talked about, I've looked into. Every single damn one of them. I was all into all of them. Because I was making so much money on gaming. And then not only did I lose all that money that I made, but I lost way more getting into so many different projects and researching the teams. And it's like a full-time freaking job. I mean, it literally was my full-time job. That's all I did. That's all I do and I can tell you this, the gamers have been exploited in the crypto gaming. And I don't feel like the DeFi Kingdoms team has done that at all. I don't think Axie Infinity has done that. I don't think Krabata has done that, even though they are so wrecked. Krabata, like, holy shit. Like, we thought DeFi Kingdoms was bad. It's even worse. Krabata is utterly wrecked. And that's just because their economics, they didn't have a Hubert to properly think out the tokenomics and the ecosystem economics. Okay. Fake news, baby. What is the best way to park our Jewel tokens now? Okay. So another thing too, is we're going to be able to just put your Jewel into the jeweler. That's probably really going to be the best way, or Jewel and USDC. But for now, okay, wait, Anton, you're still good in the Jewel-XJewel pool until October. Like at least he said it, at least a month. So you can leave it there also. So don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. Like Jewel, don't panic. We're good. Okay. Jayville mining, baby. Keep on keeping on. I love it, George. We're all George and Grady. Then George on the chat. Zill, did Grady just take a sip of coffee a few minutes ago? LOL. I love it. Zill. No, I did have coffee today though. It's good. It's good for me to like wake up and have coffee instead of Jack or Jim. Okay. I love my training quest, baby. From my awful pro heroes. It's just that the profession questing is so much more profitable. But yeah, I love the training quest too. Thank God for the training quest. Max efficiency is 42 gardeners for waifu now. But guess what? Yeah, new pools, baby. That's going to go up. Now it'll probably even go higher than the 57. So, like on Serendale with waifu, we could quest on 19 pools at a time because all the retired pools could be accessed. Like the bots can access the retired pools, which is awesome. Most of my combat-based heroes, mythics, and legendaries have unmatched professions. So training quests are a godsend. Yeah. But see, I have a whole different contrarian view of how to level heroes, which is so fun. Like I'm going to get on here and have an awesome debate with a bunch of OGs, and we're going to debate how to best level our heroes. But for all the people that want to level your heroes, like the way everyone levels their heroes, like the main way to do it, which is like what they call the Bible, which is you're just following the hero's best stats always, and maybe vitality. And that's fine too. Yeah, you can do the training quest and stuff. I just think my gut tells me you're going to regret ignoring profession. So I'm still all about, and even like Fight Club and DFK Arena kind of proves like all the stats are good for all the heroes. Now, obviously Hubert has made it clear that the stats in which the heroes level up the best in, like such as an archer having dex, for example, are the stats that will best help that specific hero based off the stats that they naturally level up the best at. Okay, yeah, I hear that. But still, like dex is going to be good for a sage. And that's like, at least that's definitely the case. Like dex is one of the most important stats in Fight Club. Okay, and for all heroes, period. So none of the stats do you wrong. Like we know that much. So like level up based off profession, at least in the early stages of the game, like we're in now, and then you're going to have heroes questing better, being more profitable, leveling up faster because you get more XP, because you quest better and you're more profitable. And then when you get pets come along, and then you can actually match your hero profession and the pet profession all together, and you'll get extra bonuses from questing if you just focus on your profession, at least in the early stages of the hero. That's my argument. Okay, it's so fun. This is like the most longest ongoing argument. Everyone disagrees with me, and I love it. It's like, except a few people have said, Grady, I agree. I like your contrarian view. Like, yes, thank you. Okay. 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 Yeah. An earlier interview, okay, Thanos is just butthurt from something that happened. Yeah, with the Discord bot. I think so too. I think Thanos got his feelings hurt because the team wasn't listening to him. And I feel that. Like, I honestly, personally feel that from Frisky. I feel the same thing from Frisky. Like, I feel like, what happened? Like, Frisky Fox ditched me. We were talking about, I was going to be his marketing guy and his messaging guy. Like, we were deep in talks about it, and then he just straight ghosted me. And then I'm putting in all the time. I'm like essentially doing the job interview with my YouTube channel. And it's like I'll see him like comment on other, like Crypto Tro, baby. Shout out to Crypto Tro. He's like, but Crypto Tro covers lots of things. And he's like, he's into DeFi keynotes, like love it. But he's not like deeply into DeFi keynotes. Like he's more, kind of it's like a little thing he kind of does on the side along with lots of other things. And I like see Frisky Fox on there commenting on his video. I'm like, whoa, he's never gotten them. I like personally sent him videos. And I think like I probably, I don't know. Like at first I thought he was like, I pissed him off or something, or I like turned him off. But then, and I sent him videos and he listened to them and stuff. And then he like ghosted me, but then he hit me back up again out of the blue. And we were like talking again. And I thought he was already pissed off at me. So then he was like, whoa, okay, he is talking to me again. Wow. So he's not pissed off at me. Like he then brought it back up. And he said he brought it before the board. to have me be the marketing messaging guy. And then he ghosted me again. So like, but see, I give him grace. Like I give Frisky, he's got 50 gazillion, trillion, billion, zillion things going on. And he's always under the gun, and he's here and he's there, and he's got all this stuff going on, and all these people giving lots of suggestions, and he's like head spinning, and he's got a wife and kids that like his wife is pissed off at him because he doesn't ever spend time with the family because he's working like 12 hours a day and he's always gone. He's always out of town. Like, you got to give these guys grace, people. They're human beings. Like, so that's like my automatic default because I've been through all this enough. My feelings won't get hurt. I'm always going to assume the best. Like, yes, in one sense, I thought maybe like I turned off Frisky Fox somehow, like because I was talking about botting or something. Maybe I just pissed him off, but I still gave him just the benefit of the doubt that everything's cool. He's just busy. It's all right. I'm a basket case anyway. I don't even think I could do that anyways. I'm a mess. Like we were first talking before all the Luna stuff happened, and then the Luna stuff happened, and I like was checked out too. I was just questing my heroes all day, baby. Okay, so I feel his pain, like Than. So yeah, I do think though he was like butthurt, like that. But we all are, and so is the staff. Like the staff. Just imagine. Everybody's going to feel that way. Like when I've been in charge of business. I've started my own businesses and been in charge of staff. And they all always are going to, even though I go above and beyond what any boss will ever do on the face of the earth to show my appreciation individually to each and every employee and talk them up and give them compliments and try to make them feel like a partner with me in the business. Every single employee. Okay. And they still don't think I listen to them and like so much way above and beyond what you'll ever see. To an extreme, I listen to every single word and input and suggestion that all my employees have ever had. Okay. And like, even given I paid them better than they'll ever make anywhere else. And I treated them better and gave them flexibility and time. I just made their life a dream. I wanted it to be a dream job for all my employees. And they still bitch. They still say that I don't listen to them. And so it's just like, when you start dealing with that, then come talk to me, Than the man. On your business, your baby that you started, such as Diffkey, start hiring a bunch of people. Let's talk in a year. It'll be okay. Game changer. It's going to change your whole outlook on all of this. Absolutely, unequivocally. Okay, an earlier interview, and he wasn't a total hater, but they must have refused some requests. Definitely, without question. And so he's a brilliant, genius guy. He actually is probably right with a lot of things he said. He could probably go develop the game better than all the developers that they have. They should have probably hired him on to be a developer, and maybe they didn't. I don't know. And okay, so I feel that pain. I feel it, man. Okay, so yeah, Jewel Mining. Go to my last video. I interviewed Than the man, Diffkey. He's awesome. He's awesome dude. And I want to have him back on the show. We got to talk this stuff out. Okay. Okay. Biggest thing that has me bullish on DFK. So this is back to Zill, baby. Everyone building stuff around DFK. Huge, phenomenal caliber of human beings. Neindorf and this DFK helper, DFK quester, phenomenal. That Born to Die 007, baby, phenomenal. Neindorf with Adventures in DFK, phenomenal. This Brad Pitt guy that created Fight Club, phenomenal. These guys are phenomenal. Yes. Yeah, the podcasts, YouTube channels, projects, Discords. Yeah, man, it's bullish, baby. Yes. And the team, though. I mean, the reason why I have this YouTube channel and believe in the projects more than the number one reason is the team. I trust them. They're phenomenal. The best team I've dealt with in 7 years of being in crypto. Okay. Yes, but all those things too, big time. Zill, Guild, Saga looks good indeed. Interesting. I haven't heard of it. Haven't heard of that. I don't think I've heard of that. Maybe I have. I've forgotten a lot of the games. These are nice picks for gaming tokens pre-bear market. Probably not. Okay, yeah, pre-bear market. Hope you still explore new and upcoming projects. Sure. I'm always open. Always open. Super Bull Mo. Jewel mining, baby. Infinite War. I'm super happy with and proud of the DFK team. If they were going to rug it, they would have done it by now. That's absolutely true. They are talking about building in the bear market. I trust them to make me a millionaire. I'm so with you. They absolutely would have already exited the project if it was a rug. Like they have proven to look out for the best interests of others. Okay, so my number one pairing is Crystal. So I had a bunch of Jewel paired with the eggs. I had a bunch of eggs, liquidity, and I sold except the golden eggs. So I still have like 2,000 and some Jewel paired with the golden eggs on Crystalville. Okay, but my green and the other eggs, I pulled out that liquidity and I sold the Jewel into Crystal, and I'm going to pair those with Crystal just for the short term. And if we see Jewel crash and Crystal pump, I'm going to flip that right back. I'm kind of expecting that to happen in the short term, only the short term. Could be wrong though. Still ultra. I definitely not selling all my Jewel. Like hell no. Never want to do that. Okay. So, and then my biggest liquidity pool is Ethereum Crystal, because it's getting the most, but I don't have much in there anymore at all. Like I'm going to dollar cost average a little bits into that. But I don't like, it's another project to buy 10K NFTs, and it's not like DFK with Gen Zero. So other mechanism, which went bankrupt. Yeah. Dr. O, baby. Okay. You're talking about Guild Saga. Okay. Like I'm so exhausted from looking into so many projects. I'm just so sick of it. And then like essentially all of them got decimated. Like all of it was a waste. It's just the only thing that has me stuck is DeFi Kingdoms because of the team and the communication, all the things that Thanos doesn't like is the reason why I stuck with him, because I've already been there and done that. Like, go find something better. Go for it. You're going to learn real fast. Oh shit, I wish I had what I had at DeFi Kingdoms. Like, you're going to find that real fast. Based off my extensive experience in the crypto world. So prove me wrong. I'm always all ears. Okay, I hit on Illuvium. Tony hit on it hard earlier. I love it, but it was another like VC funded. I don't want to call it a rug. Like that one didn't rug as bad, but like, why the hell do we need the coin a year before they come out with a game, or 2 years before they come out with a game? Here's why. So the VCs could rug pull on your ass. They could dump right on your head. That's why. That's it. That's the only reason why they came out with that coin 2 years before the game came out, with zero use case at all whatsoever. Like zero, with high token releases too, and high inflationary. I'm bullish about the game and excited and stuff, but just like Thetan Arena, baby. Thetan Arena is the most fun, best game on blockchain. And it might survive long term. Like you talk about esports, Thetan Arena would be top in the line. Already existing right now, tournaments. Like, and it's so like the level of skill is significant. Like, I became a pro in Thetan Arena, and I helped others, literally donated NFTs to them. I essentially like created a guild without even knowing what a guild was. I had like my posse of guys. Okay, because it's like you have to have 3 teammates. You always play 4v4, or you can do 2v2, 1v1, or one. It's not 2v2. It's 2 versus a whole bunch of other 2 teamers. That which is fun. It's called duels, and or no, what was it called in solos? But it's like 1 versus 6, and you got to be the last one standing basically to win any of their THC coin, which is literally worthless now. Like it's a fraction of a penny. It went from $1 to a fraction of a penny because there's like no use case like for the coin. And then their THG coin, the green coin, it's all a disaster. All of it, disaster central. Okay. Yes, always level on profession, based off profession, Danny. And the more I've thought about it and the more I examine, I think all of y'all are going to regret ignoring the profession. Once pets come out, you're going to wish you had just followed your profession in the early stages of the hero. In the same way, we're all going to wish that we had more vitality in the early stages of the hero so that we have more HP and that we all had more intelligence and wisdom for more MP, but MP less important for sure. Vitality, I think we're all going to regret it. So that's in the early stages of the hero's life. Then it's always going to quest better for the whole rest of its life. And when you combine it with pets, you can pair it with a pet that matches the profession instead of pairing it with a pet that doesn't match the profession, and he won't quest as good on that profession. That's how I think it's going down. So if you pair it with a fisher pet, you'll get the double bonus, like an extra bonus, essentially. Instead of doing a fisher with a foraging pet and send them foraging, which is cool. Like it's really cool they're doing that. For like, let's say a warrior, he's a warrior fisher, and you have an awesome foraging pet or a mining pet, and you send him mining, but he's a fisher. But with a pet, you can send him mining. That's super cool, but it still won't be as effective questing. So if you just stick with him being a fisher, and then when he turns level 10 or level 15, and we actually get more verified information on how PvP is going to shake out and not just go off pure conjecture and speculation and assuming even now that they have new people working on PvP and developing, we don't even know how that's going to shake out. Proof in the pudding with duels, with Fight Club, with DFK Arena. All those stats are great. Just level them up for their profession. Dex, Fight Club. I'm sure glad I leveled my sages, my foraging sages, with intelligence as the guaranteed stat, Dex, and vitality. I can tell you right now, and my heroes are the best heroes on the game because I'm just following their professions, how I level them. And they quest better. They're more profitable. They get more XP because they quest better and they level up faster. And then once we get more bona fide data, we find out, okay, I'm wrong, but I'm still right, even if I'm wrong. That's the thing. Like no risk. No, I'll never regret having all those stats and him questing better. I'll never regret that. I might regret realizing that, oh shit, a paladin with awesome dexterity and agility and luck is the best paladin in the game. I might regret that and have 50 paladins that all look the same because I don't follow their profession. Instead, in my case, I've got 50 paladins that all look different. I've got plenty of mining paladins, and I do strength, endurance, and vitality. Easy peasy. In gardening paladins, I do vitality, wisdom, and strength. Okay, great. Wonderful. I've got plenty of those paladins. Plenty of those. No worries. No worries. If I need that, if it turns out that that's better for PvP, great. But I also have plenty of paladins that are fishers and foragers, and I just level them up with agility and luck and dex and intelligence, baby. And then I throw on vitality. And then once we find out, okay, that's actually, like Hubert said, I'm going to pull up the quote. I have the quote of what Hubert said. And I'm telling you guys, the community misread it. They're all Hubert was trying to say. Okay, it's in the Renaissance video. He has it pulled up on the video where Hubert's talking about how, yes, right now it's all we can do is professions. Hubert's making the point. All we can do, but professions is just, it's a small cog in the wheel, essentially, compared to the full vision of the game with PvP and everything. And so he explains that it's possible that the profession, that for PvP, you might want to consider possibly looking into, if you're focused on PvP, focusing on the stats in which they naturally level up the best. Like, he said it in such a vague way that essentially he's trying to put people at ease to say, look, guys, it's not all about profession. This game's more all about PvP. I'm saying the same thing. This game is all about PvP. And I'll agree. Yeah. Like, strength will not benefit a wizard the same way it will benefit a warrior. Okay. Right. Strength's still good for a wizard, though. Like, that's, of all stats, probably the least good for any hero is strength for a wizard. Okay. But it's still good for a wizard to have strength. Like, we might find out, like, for Fight Club, we're sure glad when we have that wizard, we got some strength in the house and vitality. Okay. So, and then once we find out the real info on PvP, then we'll have the whole rest of that hero's life to level him up according to PvP. Exactly how is best for that hero. And the whole time he'll quest better, he'll level up faster, and he'll be more profitable. And it just keeps coming back to that. Like, everything keeps confirming that. Everything, just the natural flow and mechanics of the game. The foundation of the hero is the profession. Don't ignore the profession. People, don't ignore the profession. It is the foundation of the hero. Okay, this is such a fun debate, though. Like, I love it. Okay. I'm like way behind now. Way behind. I love Infinity War. That's how bad I am at reading. I don't know if that says Infinity. Yeah, that says Infinity War, not Infinite War. Okay. So I didn't have as much luck having my items paired with gold, Danny. Okay. But it's still good. Still good to pair it with gold. Like, I have a ton of gold and I don't want to sell it yet on Crystalville. So I still have a ton of stuff paired with gold, but it's not quite as sexy, I don't think. Okay, what's your view on? Okay, hit that. Friend, okay, Zill. Dr. Olin says friend request him on Discord. He's got it. Is Discord there? Yeah, hit me up on Discord anytime, guys. I love all the love that I'm getting from you guys. LOL, YouTube is rugging me. Okay, can I write you on Twitter? Yes. In most of my descriptions, but not when I go live. So I am at, I think I'm just, you can search Crypto Grady, or like, it might just be at Grady Gamble, maybe, I think. Okay, when in charge, everything is your fault. That's right. Infinity War. That's something I learned while in leadership roles. Yep. It's like so crazy. When you're the boss making all the money, man. So it's almost better to not even be present and create systems and processes that can be duplicated on mass levels. And that's how, and then you can just implement the process. That's what McDonald's is, a franchise, essentially. Okay. Right. Yeah, I can't believe someone would talk so bad. But see, I think I can't believe someone would talk so bad and still be so invested in the project. Right. But I think in Thanos's mind, he actually loves DeFi Kingdoms and the team and everything. But he's just like fed up, sort of. He's like pissed off. And I think in his mind, he's just trying to help. Like, he really wants to see these changes. Like, he sees code red. This thing's going to fail. The project isn't looking good. Things are looking bad. He said all this. And like, he just wants to help save the project. Like, he thinks he can help, and he's probably right. Could probably make it better. But he probably is it's falling on deaf ears because he's not going about it in the right way is my takeaway, which I would love to just dive into this hardcore with him. Okay. Thanos. Okay. It's actually Thanpolis. Thanoplis. Thanpolis or Difky. 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 And I did put his Discord. I can just let me find his Discord right now. I'm going to post it in the chat. Okay. Yeah. I'm right here on it. Yeah. It's Thanpolis. Thanpolas. Thanpolas. Hello, Difky, where you at? I'm in so many freaking Discords. Okay. Invite. Okay, I'm going to post it right now in the chat. He's the bomb. I'm telling you, he's great. He's great. He's been burned. He needs some validation from the team is what he needs. Like, he has poured his blood, sweat, and tears in, and he does this, and he's all in, and he feels like he's getting ignored. And that sucks. Like, I feel it. I feel his pain. Give him grace. Okay. Yeah, baby. Jewel Mining. I love it. Okay, both of us. Yes, hit me up. I'm crypto. Just search Crypto Grady on there. Here, I can post I need to just start a Discord channel. Okay. I say the world only needs one game. DFK, baby. So I am like at this point, it's like the problem with hustle and a lot of these guys, they're even I see it with Climb Crypto. Okay. When you're a jack of all trades, you're a master of none. So when Climb tells me like he hasn't put any money into the project for 8 months and like he's a little bit disconnected from the project. So, and then he's talking about the project though. Like I don't like it when YouTubers do that. Like, so when Hustle reported the same FUD that George did, and advised everyone to get out of DeFi Kingdoms because he's 1 inch deep on every single gaming crypto project out there, which is cool. Like, that's still a good niche. He's like your gaming guy, and he's going to give you a 1 inch deep of all the games out there. Okay. But he doesn't really know what's happening. Like, so on the biggest announcement in the history of DeFi Kingdoms, where we knew all kinds of alpha was coming, the most important DeFi Kingdoms AMA ever, you have Climb, who like, he's literally said on his video, like, the way they dropped that just on some AMA, like, okay, hello, like the most anticipated news, groundbreaking, earth-shattering, moving the entire blockchain, all kinds of potential things happening. I get it, you're working, okay, and that sucks to be in that position, but also the team said multiple times there's not just going to be like, I can't believe that people actually just expected for the team to just go on its merry way and let the Jewel coin triple in 1 year. Yep, there's just going to be a token release and Jewel's just going to triple in 1 year and la-di-da-di-da, and just like go on as if that's just going to happen. No, sorry. Like, obviously, yes, that's a big concern. And the team addressed it over and over again that they were going to address it and deal with it. Like, but the fact that people were just going on their merry way as if Jewel was going to literally triple in supply over 1 year period. It's like, come on, guys. You just had your head in the sand. Like, Climb. When Crystal is over double Jewel, like, there's no use case at that point for Crystal. Like, Sandale's not going away. Okay, now it's gone. But all this, they create amazing, phenomenal solutions every time. Every time. And so if you just listen and trust the team and you listen to the team, like they're going, so when the team said they're going to create a solution for Swiftus, okay, Brilliant solution. The team said they would create a solution for all this unlocking concern. Brilliant. Could not have dreamed it up better myself. Like, brilliant solution. Phenomenal solution. Like, the team just comes through in the clutch every time. Like, it's unlike anything I've ever seen, except maybe CZ. CZ, baby. He's Mr. Clutch in the house, like on a whole different level, actually. Yeah, baby. Okay. I love this. My PvP stable. Yeah. Okay. Vitality plus battle skills, but all the stats are important for PvP. Have much more lower heroes at level for profession. Yeah. So that's a fun debate. I'm contrarian. Everybody disagrees with me on the whole leveling thing. I think it's a very important conversation. I think the team has taken way out of context what Hubert was trying to communicate in the early days. I saw the quote. I finally found it. I'll pull it up on a video because I definitely want to revisit the whole leveling up argument. I want to get other OGs on the channel. I'll give them all the opportunity to squash me like the little cockroach in the corner that I am with their OG brilliance and knowledge. And we're going to debate this out, baby. I love it. Okay. Yes, battling is the most important thing, and I level up according to profession. Okay. Can't wait for PvP to test out legendaries and mythics, baby. Snatch 2 legendaries with elite combat abilities. So combat abilities is all the stats. All the stats are combat stats. Okay. Yeah, be careful with the Clayton token. I do have a little bit. I did buy some up. A little bit, dollar cost average, but just be careful because it is a very inflationary token. Okay. I love this, you guys. This is awesome. I will give grace for you. Jewel Mining. Thank you, sir. Okay. Climb got salty, right? He did. He got salty. He was pissed, and he's still on the project, but I've noticed he even like insinuated that maybe the team like did that on purpose and stuff. Is like, nah, what are you doing? Climb. After literally saying that he doesn't have time to listen to the AMAs. He doesn't follow the AMAs, okay, and hasn't put any money in it for 8 months. Like, why are you on here talking about something that you don't even know like what's going on? Like in the same video, Climb, but I love Climb and I trust Climb and I think Climb's the bomb. So don't get me wrong there at all. I love Climb. But that one, and the reason why that one really like irked me with Climb was because I reached out to him multiple times on his Discord to literally respond. Like he asked on the videos, has the team addressed this? Like, and I literally made multiple videos just for him. And it was like, he ignored it. Like I tried to tell you, my man, sell your crystal and buy Jewel. Like, killing me. Okay. Yeah, people very well might be sleeping on advanced plus skills. Like, but it's so we don't even know what the hell is going on with any. Like, we need to get that data. But you're probably right because man, they're so rare to like find transcendent. Like that hardly even exists. Okay, I was talking elite combat. Oh, the genes. I feel you. Okay, I know a lot of people are real big into that. And I factor that like on Adventures of DeFi Kingdoms. Like I always factor that, but it's like we don't know what the hell's going on. But I think you're right. We're all going to come and realize, oh, we wish we had more heroes with elite abilities and advanced and elite and transcendent abilities. But it's like, I wish we had more data on that. Sorry about that. Is it Link? LINQ. I love all your all's names. I'm going to stop commenting so Grady can get some sleep. Zill, I love you guys. Okay. Link, peace out. This is 3 hours. Wow. Yeah, no, I got to take my kids to school. Crypto Grady out. I freaking love you guys. Love you guys.